Dwyane Wade. So happy for Dwyane Wade. So very good to have Dwyane Wade into the Hall of Fame. He goes in along with Greg Popovich, Dirk Nowitzki, Pau Gasol, Tony Parker. What a class right there. Class acts all around right there. Whether you hate or love Greg Popovich or Dirk Nowitzki, I don't know. Does anybody really hate Dirk Nowitzki? Big, German, kind of crazy looking, played awkward. Ah, good stuff. Dwyane Wade was smooth though, flash. Gotta absolutely love that. Ah, so good to get him into the Hall of Fame. Throughout the day, going to be talking about that. Some interesting stuff kind of going on with the NBA. No news yet on Damian Lillard and possibly going to the Heat. But there was something that kind of happened that maybe should have Heat Nation a little alarmed. Not to take away too much of the luster from Dwyane Wade, but a little alarmed. We'll get into that as the day goes on. Let's get to some headlines real quick. Of course, Dwyane Wade was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame last night. In his 25-minute speech, he mentioned that his strength has always been stronger than anyone's doubts. He has always believed his beliefs have always been stronger than anyone's doubts. Everyone that ever doubted him. And, there's a lot of people, especially coming out of Marquette, saying, I don't know about this guy. Maybe a little undersized. He featured at Marquette, but no, he always believed and always achieved. So much love. Dwyane Wade. I'm here with my cousin, Vladimir Louison. Of course, I haven't mentioned you yet.
Passwords.
I was trying to cover for you. No, it's good.
Ain't nobody need to cover, bro. Every damn 3 months we gotta change. We gotta come up with a new password, and it's like, okay,
and it's complicated.
It's really complicated because now I gotta remember the BS that I created.
Well, it has to be like 16 characters.
Oh, now they want 12 characters and then
4 capital letters,
characteristics. Like I want to put an exclamation point on anything.
Yeah, and it's like you can't just put an exclamation point. You have to put something that's not an exclamation point or a question mark. It has to be something that you've never used before. Bro. It has to be 16 characters. There has to be 4 capitals. Like, my goodness. Literally, I dread logging into my email and work stuff every single day. Oh, goodness. As if, like, hackers aren't smart enough. Like, you really
think we haven't been hacked before.
Yeah, like you think a couple capital letters are going to keep geniuses out of our system? I don't know about that, but I digress. Sources say the Dolphins are considering cutting offensive lineman Ian Eichenberg. Miami faces Texans Saturday at 4. I have heard. First of all,
Omar's been.
That's what I was saying. Omar says he's been absolutely terrible. Omar Kelly, who is our Dolphins pregame, one of the hosts.
He's our insider.
He's our insider. He's at every single practice. He's covered the Dolphins for over a decade now. Ian Eichenberg's career with the Dolphins has been less than average. I'll say that. We expected a lot of big things from him.
You're being kind.
To say, I know. Second round from Notre Dame. A lot of people thought he was going to be a great offensive lineman. He hasn't been great. He's been injured. They say he's having a terrible camp. Maybe, just maybe, it's time for the Dolphins to kind of cleanse themselves. And when I say cleanse themselves, not just Ian Eichenberg, I'm not big on Noah Igbenogany either. I think, and heaven forbid, Omar said, you're going to see a different Noah Igbenogany this year. I did not see a different Noah Igbenogany in the first game against the Falcons' third-string quarterback. When a third-string quarterback's picking on you, Elias Rudolph has flipped his commitment from Michigan to Miami. The 4-star edge rusher is from Deerfield Beach. Telling you, man, put up the fences, put up the walls, keep the talent from South Florida right here in South Florida at the University of Miami. Slowly but surely, it's going to happen. I'm telling you, give Miami about 2 more years. I know nobody wants to give them any time. They want it now, but give Mario Cristobal just a little bit of time. He's proven throughout the years, you give him some time, he will give you a great football team. Guy knows what he's doing. Got to believe. Got to believe. Luis Arias's 2-run home run in the first was enough to hold off the Yankees as the Marlins won 3-1. Sandy Alcantara pitched a complete game and struck out 10. The two finished their series today at 140. I told you yesterday, Vlad, the Marlins are going to beat the Yankees simply because I just don't think the Yankees have it in them to sweep the Marlins. They're not that good.
I mean,
that's not saying much about the Marlins.
That's
what I'm saying. I don't think either team was good enough to sweep either team. So today's that rubber match, as we predicted. Now, all bets are off for today. I can't say who's going to win.
Garrett Cole better win.
You got
What
Garrett
should have
Cole?
happened, they should have moved Garrett Cole up. They could have moved him up and have him go against
Have an ace
Sandy. That
off?
would have been a good pitchers matchup.
Yeah, man. I mean, still 3-1. Marlins are kind of slipping back to the Marlins of yesteryear where they don't score enough runs to really win games. 3-1. And if it wasn't for Luis Arias's home run in the first that we watched right here on this show, it would have been not pretty. Not pretty. Inter Miami, they face the Philadelphia Union Tuesday at 7 in the semifinals of Leagues Cup. Union coach Jim Curtin is urging fans not to sell their tickets to people who just want to see Messi. He wants that home pitch advantage. He just straight up said it, man. No bones about it. Don't sell it to people who just want to see Messi because you know there's going to be at least.
I'm selling, bro.
Yeah. If I'm a Philadelphia Union season ticket holder,
Dude, I'd rather go. Listen. Let's be real. The Philadelphia fans would rather watch a preseason game of the Eagles than go watch Messi. So if they can get top money from soccer fans and Messi fans, I mean, you absolutely can get triple or quadruple for what you paid for.
How many people in that will be a sold out Philadelphia Union stadium? How many people are there to watch the game? And how many people percentage wise are there just to see Lionel Messi? I'd say 50-50. Is that generous?
More people are out there to see Messi, bro.
Especially
I think it's 80-20.
Dude, if I'm a season ticket holder, I can see my Philadelphia Union anytime. I go to every game. I can go ahead and sell that Leagues Cup quarterfinal, semifinal ticket, man. Make a little bit of scratch. I have a friend. I'm not going to name who they are. They said that this year they have Dolphins season tickets, which they've had forever. They're selling their Christmas Eve Dallas Cowboys tickets because they said selling their Dallas Cowboy 2 tickets to the Dallas Cowboys Miami Dolphins Christmas Eve will cover the entire cost of their season tickets.
Our boy Trevor from the 203, he said that the tickets sold out in 10 minutes.
That was, I thought, for the Dallas game.
No, Philadelphia Union sold out 10 minutes on Tuesday.
Okay, so there you go.
When was the game? That
sold
game
out
against
Tuesday?
Yeah.
How did it sell out Tuesday when they played Tuesday?
Oh, maybe sold out the minute after the game was done.
I'm thinking he's thinking about that Dallas game.
No, it could have happened right after the game because I think they were the last quarterfinal game. So it was already determined that whoever won that game was going to go to Philadelphia.
I mean, it's not surprising.
But I mean, hell, bro, the minute you put the tickets out, you know it's entry.
Well, you also know pretty much Inter Miami is going to beat Charlotte. So if you're Philadelphia, just go ahead and if you know that the winner of Charlotte Inter Miami is coming, then you can just go ahead and buy the tickets, run the risk.
Pretty much any team Messi's on is going to be the favorite. So yeah, you might as well just go with
just buy the tickets. And you know what? If Inter Miami were to have lost, you still got tickets to a semifinal of Leagues Cup. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Nobody's going to Leagues Cup. They'd rather go to exhibition game.
Okay. I'm saying if I had a choice between going to especially after the Dolphins game Friday, if I had a choice between going to a preseason football game or a soccer, regular or somewhat cup soccer match, you might find me at Dry Pink Stadium. Now, regular season, different deal. Tyler Van Dyke looked sharp at the Canes scrimmage yesterday. The highlight was a 50-yard bomb to receiver Xavier Restrepo. Former LSU coach Ed Ogeron was on the sidelines. Coach O is just waiting. He is just waiting to finish getting paid by LSU, and then he is going to jump right back on the Canes sideline as a coach. You can just feel it right now. Am I right? He's always at every practice, everything. And they say he's just observing. He's just there as an observer. Really?
I don't like when coaches observe.
Yeah. Well, he can't be a coach because then LSU can stop paying him. He still needs to get his millions from LSU on the buyout. Then when the millions is up, he'll go and become a coach.
I mean, why work when you can get money?
Right.
For not working?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. He just likes being here in Miami, living the dream. He's a single man. He's living his life. He's living his best life. Thanks for the national championship at LSU, by the way. Appreciate that one. Now come win one with Miami. Appreciate you even more. 76ers are ending trade talks for James Harden and plan to bring the guard back to training camp. No word on Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers. If you are a Heat fan, Heat Nation.
That's not good.
Are you a little bit nervous?
Well, if Philly was trying to get rid of him.
He said, I want to play for the Clippers. They said, okay.
Okay. And they had talks and nothing happened. Well, what are we now? Day 43?
Joe Cronin. Let's relive Joe Cronin today. Gets his coffee. Opens up his browser. That's an idea.
My phone keeps going off. Honey,
Who is this?
honey,
What is this 786 number?
Take that away from me.
What's this 786 number?
I got business to attend to. Somebody, I don't know if I have an assistant here or not. Honey, call the general manager of the 76ers real quick. I need to talk to him about some things.
Daryl Morey. He's learning from there. I would
This 786 number keeps calling. Block that number.
block that 786.
I thought I blocked it already.
Who's this Patrick Riley?
Interesting. 76ers ending trade talks for James Harden. They're going to bring him back.
Dude, we're in the middle of August right now.
Hmm.
We're about to hit the middle of August in the next 3 days.
Hmm.
Training camp is not too far around the corner.
Mm-mm.
I don't think Damian Lillard will be in a Heat uniform opening night.
No, I think it's 2 weeks into the season. I really do.
Sergey has been right. He's called it since the minute.
It's not going to happen.
Lillard, he said it's not going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But
What about Brandon Ingram? Where's he going to
It's
end
been
up?
taking a long time.
If you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, I'm wearing my Brandon Ingram Pelicans jersey, Mardi Gras edition.
Yeah, you need a tan, bro.
I can't get to the beach because I'm always working. Dude, I get calls waking me up in what I call the middle of the night because I don't go to bed till 3 in the morning.
Oh, I know what you. I know.
I'm going to come into work.
I know
Somebody's
those calls.
sick. Somebody's
or the text message.
car broke down. People, I'm hitting on people's girlfriends. Apparently, I don't know what's going on here at the radio station.
Hey, can you work? Let me get back to you. 30 minutes later, you're still on you're on the schedule, even though you didn't give them a yes or no. But that happens. But yeah, bro, you're ghastly.
I love rhetorical questions. Is there any way you could work Friday? Nope. Oh, we don't have any other options. Well, sorry, I can't. Schedule comes out. You're on Friday. You're like, wait,
what? And then all of a sudden, the person you're working with is just sending you files. You're like, wait, what? I never said yes. Anyway, but yeah, bro, you need some tan. You need a tan, bro.
Give me a day off. I'll go Tuesday. Wait,
you know what?
I work Tuesday.
I could
Friday,
use you.
Wednesday.
I can use you as the white sheet for a camera to get the lighting right now. That's how white you are. Good God. Oh my
white
God.
balance.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus.
I'm white balancing real quick.
You're a white.
Literally white balancing.
You're a white setting.
Anyway, I'm gonna get my son.
Anyway,
where am I? What
you're
are
in
we
headlines,
doing?
but
Right
little soccer headlines.
What do we have about
Two
soccer?
big names coming out of
yes,
Paris.
I know.
Paris. So Neymar is heading to the Saudi league,
taking that bag.
But Mbappe might be returning back to PSG.
He's staying in Gay Petty.
What's going on here?
He said no. Well,
real?
first of all, PSG said you don't want to re-sign with us in a year from now. We don't want you playing with us.
The money. He wants the money for this year. That's what it is.
Then the transfer offer came through for Saudi Arabia, and he said, hell no, or no. And then PSG said, you know what? Just come on back. We can use you for another year. Why not? Neymar's gone. Messi's gone.
But Neymar going to the Saudi league, that's Neymar and Ronaldo in the Saudi league.
And Benzema.
And Benzema. They got names.
Oh, I mean, no surprise, Neymar. I mean, I'm not knocking Neymar, but no surprise he's going to the Saudi league. You know, a guy like Mbappe and Messi, nah, no thanks. But guys like Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar, yeah, you'd expect it.
We need
Benzema. Oh, I mean, Benzema's got no backbone whatsoever. He really angered me. You know that, right?
Why?
Too injured to play in the World Cup. A World Cup, which, you know, France could have probably used you.
They got to the final.
I know. Could have used you. And then 1 week after the final, he's scoring goals for Real Madrid. Like, oh, injured. Man, good thing you got better. I mean, could have really used you, man. I had to sub out Claude Giroux early in the game.
Whatever, man.
Griezmann.
I get they're not upset. They're not upset, but it's crazy right now to see some of the biggest names in soccer are now either going to the MLS or the Saudi league.
Is it one day the power is going to shift to the two most powerful leagues in the world?
That'd be hysterical.
MLS and Saudi Arabia.
Well, no.
Take that.
No,
La Liga. Take that. Premier League.
Nah, they still gonna
take that. Bundesliga.
They're still gonna be the top leagues, okay?
Sort of take that. Serie A. Sort of take that.
They're still the top leagues. They're still the top leagues. It's just now the big name stars when they're in the latter stage of their career, when they're in the back nine, like the 16th hole, par 4. They can play. 2-3 years, make some money, live in Florida or Nevada or Texas, tax free, and enjoy the American life. What's wrong with that? You think Messi's upset right now?
No,
that man is loving life.
He's Mr. 305.
When you can go to Publix, he might be the new Mr. 305. Sorry, Pitbull. You got to go.
Sorry, Dwayne. Wait, no, sorry.
No, UD still Mr. 305. But, UD might have to share with Lionel Messi. But Messi, right now, it's going to be a war. It's going to be an arms race to see what top soccer players you can poach from any club to come to the MLS or to Saudi. You got to get the Saudis to go. I mean, you might not like their
Premier League,
their thinking, their thought process, their ways, their ethics, their morals, but they got crazy money, man.
I just can't imagine. I can't even imagine that much money. That's how unfathomable it is. Like, if you made me fathom how much some of these Saudi princes have, I couldn't. I'm complaining about going to Whole Foods after this and having to spend $80 on groceries. I mean, who needs avocados that bad? I don't know. Nonetheless, can we say this definitively? MLS is better than Liga MX, the Mexican league. I mean, it's been proven. League's Cup has shown this, okay? And I don't want to hear, oh, they're not playing their best players because they don't want to waste their time with MLS. That is BS. Cruz Azul, you think they didn't want to beat Messi? Go ahead. Come back at me and say Liga MX is better than MLS. We've proven it over and over again. MLS is on the up, and it's not just Lionel Messi. Just saying. I don't know. I get fired up about my country's soccer. I love it. Emmanuel Navarrete defeated Oscar Valdez by unanimous decision to retain the WBO junior lightweight belt last night. Whew. Navarrete pounded on Valdez.
Was it a good fight?
From what I watched, it was very good, but I mean, Navarrete put on a clinic. Valdez was just taking hits after hit. I don't know how he didn't go down, but you know how that is. The Saints face the Chiefs today at 1. Then at 4, it's Raiders 49ers. Remember, Andy Reid said he's going to play his starters the first quarter. Be careful. That's all I got to say. Be careful. And the Raiders 49ers, that was Battle of the Bay, but now not so much. Got to take those puddle hoppers. Did you ever puddle hop when you were in Los Angeles to Las Vegas? Just take those little quick jump planes?
No.
Because you can literally walk. You used to be able to walk up, put $100 down, 15 minutes later, jump on a plane, and you'd be there in an hour.
I mean, you could do that, but I would just go to LAX and just go straight, take a flight.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
just puddle hopping.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
You just walk. You drive up.
Every once in a while, you'd be drunk as hell and be like, "Let's go to Vegas."
Oh no, I didn't do the plane though. I did a drive.
That's a little bit of a drive.
It's only a 4-hour drive. It's like a drive to Orlando, but it's when you drive. If you drive in the middle of the night, it's great.
Yeah, during the day,
it's terrible. I did that one time. Me and my roommates in LA, and it was a great ride. But once that morning sun hit, it was
I know that's the problem. That sun, and it comes up in your face because you're going east.
And if you were drinking,
yeah,
it's bad. Oh my God, you looking for water like it's the last thing.
I'm always the person that has to drive. I was always, man, like whenever a road trip or whenever we're out till 5 a.m, I'm always the person that has to drive home. Everybody's sleeping or partying. I'm focused on the road. That's the breaks. With that being said, let's break it down in the day spa. Speaking of flights, Vlad, get this. A man recently bought 2 plane seats so his dog could stretch out on a flight from LA to New York.
We talked about this, I think last week, right? When somebody bought a plane ticket just for an empty seat so that they can have
I'm okay with that
comfort.
I'm
all right with it. Well, you pay for ticket for the dog. It is what it is.
I would pay $25 to see you have to take a flight from LA to New York with a mutt sitting right next to you.
I'm not sitting in that seat.
You would be so salty.
I would be salty, but I'm not going to be upset if the person brought the ticket. They brought it. They got the seat.
Yeah, you do what you want.
It's just that, well, put it this way. I'm not a window person.
I like the middle.
No way I'm riding in the middle. I ain't riding.
I pick, which seat would you want? Middle.
Well, literally, you'll be riding dog.
You never know.
You'll be riding. Yeah, you'll be riding dog, all right. When you sit in the middle, there's a word there's a terminology they use.
Oh, kind of like making a reference to human centipede. Maybe not that bad, right?
Nah, they just refer to you as a female dog.
Maybe I shouldn't ride middle. Don't know. Up next, we're going to celebrate Dwyane Wade's induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Choose your favorite station. Don't ever forget your phone, and make sure you listen to us wherever you go. Yeah, we're portable.
Sports Day 560 WQAM. My cousin Vladimir Louison. I am Dan Day. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday fun day. Last night, fun night for Heat Nation. As Dwyane Wade hip-hopped into the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, spoke for 25 minutes. Very inspirational, very great. We've had some really nice inductions over the past week.
I got some questions.
Yes, sir. The questions are?
Where was his teammate?
His teammate.
Where was his boy? Yeah, where was his boy? His boy wasn't there.
I didn't see him.
One member of the banana boat crew wasn't there. I want to know why.
I don't know. Maybe he was busy in the off season. I don't know.
That's your boy. Where's Bron?
I don't know.
Why wasn't he there?
You're asking me. I'm not LeBron James.
I'm just asking. I mean, that's your boy. This is a big moment. You're part of the banana boat crew. Where was he?
You should be linked together.
Nah, he wasn't there. I looked. I checked everywhere. He gave a speech and everything, sent an Instagram post and all of that. But I don't want to jump into conclusions. I do believe that he might have taken his son. There was reports he might have taken his son to go see check out what's going on with his heart after passing out during practice at USC. And there's also a report that he's transferring to Notre Dame as well.
Yeah, there's also very serious thought that he might not be able to play basketball again. This is very serious right there. They're saying that he obviously has some type of heart condition and they're going to do due diligence, but you cannot have another Hank Gathers situation. What was his name? The Celtics guy. Was it Reggie Lewis?
Yes.
Reggie Lewis situation. You have to do due diligence with something like that. And it's just not worth the risk. It's just not worth the risk. But at the same time, hopefully everything will be okay.
Right. That's all I want to say. I mean, if it was a real reason for him to be there, that's understandable. That's understood. But I mean, it's D Wade, man. That's your boy.
That's your main man.
You should be there.
I know.
You know.
So Dwyane Wade did speak for 25 minutes last night, though. No sans LeBron James for whatever reason. He spoke about a myriad of things, but he gave a little bit of love while still kind of jabbing a little bit at a friend and foe, the big German, Dirk Nowitzki.
For Dirk and me, it's been therapy. Who would have thought that we would be on the same team after all of our battles? But here we are, and it's one of the greatest teams I've ever been on.
Very nice there by Dwyane Wade. What? You don't like that?
Well, guess what? He should say that about Paul Pierce.
Well, Paul Pierce takes shots, though, man.
Well, so was Dirk and Dwyane. They had a little rivalry, the fake cough. Remember all of that? Yeah. So
everybody likes Dirk Nowitzki, right?
They do, but there was some, for him to mention that, they know there was a little beef between Dwyane and Dallas.
He didn't say anything about Paul Pierce because Paul Pierce wasn't going into the Hall
right.
of Fame.
But what I'm saying is that everybody's laughing and everything like that, and it's like, yeah. Let's reminisce about Dirk and Dwyane, the Heat Maverick rivalry in those two finals. Yeah, that's funny. They're teammates, but it's the same thing you could say about Paul Pierce. Guess what? When you get in the Hall of Fame, you're joining the greatest team ever.
So will Dwyane Wade introduce
Paul
Pierce when he goes into the Hall of Fame?
Paul Pierce already in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's already in?
Yeah.
Oh, did he retire? He must have retired before.
That's why I'm letting you know.
I thought they did. I thought they retired at the same time.
No.
Must have been a year before.
Paul Pierce retired. Yeah. Remember when Draymond Green told him, like, you're trying to get that Kobe tier? Nobody likes you like that. But yeah. So Paul Pierce and Dwyane Wade are on the same team. So they can all the sniping that Paul Pierce is doing and all the living in rent-free in Paul Pierce's head that Dwyane is doing, they're both in the greatest team.
They're teammates now.
Basketball's ever created, and that's the Hall of Fame.
Teammates.
Yep.
Teammates in the Hall of Fame. Nonetheless, therapy, he and Dirk Nowitzki.
That's cute.
Dwyane Wade also talked about for the love of the game.
The first memory I have of holding a basketball was when I was 5 years old. And it wasn't love at first sight. But one thing I knew for sure was that something inside of me would come alive every time I had that ball in my hands.
Interesting.
Pause. Yeah. Listen, he loves basketball.
He said at first, though, it was not love at first sight. But anytime that ball was in his hand, it was just he grew to love the ball. He did. It's like all things. You don't just you don't fall in love at first sight. You grow into love. And he grew into love. And he loves basketball. He's still involved in basketball. I would say this. I don't think I'm that type of person. Like, kudos to guys like Jason Taylor and Dwyane Wade that after their retirement, they stay coaching or in some facility or somewhere.
Oh, so once you retire, you're done.
I'm done, man. I'm on a beach drinking beer every day and doing.
So once you retire out of radio, you're done.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't want the mic in front of your face ever again.
I'm retired. I'm retired. Sorry, man. But if you love something that much, you do it. I mean, I love it, and that's why I'm never going to retire. But if I ever won the lottery, which I don't even play the lottery, so it's going to be really hard.
Oh, who won that? Isn't Mega like in the Billies?
No, they already got it. Some guy up in somebody up in north of here, somewhere in Florida.
Oh, really? Somebody won?
Yeah, somebody won that money. But yeah, I don't know. Congratulations. But I mean, Dwyane Wade is so multifaceted. He's got all types of different things that he's doing. Plus, Gabrielle Union, I guess she's still an actress. Does she act in anything?
Yes, man. Come on. What are you talking about?
She's still an actor. I'm sorry.
She's not still acting.
Got to be politically correct. It's actor for male and female now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
She's still an actress. And
what is she in? I don't even remember in anything.
I just saw her in a movie on Netflix. No, she does movies and she's doing a TV show. I think she has a show on BET Plus, I think.
Oh, okay. Staying busy. I like that. Gabrielle Union. Also, Dwyane Wade talked about, you got to. It's almost obligatory. You got to talk about your mom and your dad. He talked about how much his dad influenced him.
I've got to credit my dad for my love of the game. He's what you would call an everyday hooper. If there was a court in Chicago, chances are my pops took my brothers and me so we could play against grown-ass men to gain their respect. If there was a basket and a run there, we were pulling up to the lakefront, Foster Park, Blue Island Rec Center, and any local gyms and parks anywhere in Chicago. The best thing about that time was what the game taught me. I had a chance to see the way basketball connected people, just by hanging out with my dad, my uncles, and his friends. My love of competition came from seeing them go at it.
That's a great story right there. His pops was an everyday hooper. And Dwyane Wade playing against grown men, parks all over Chicago. And those games in Chicago, they're tight, man. They're tough.
Oh, man, some great ballers out of Chicago, man. Tim Hardaway, Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose, Dwyane Wade.
Got it.
That's a lot of
Michael
great
Finley. Michael Finley.
Mike Finley was such a good two guard back in the days, man. He don't get the love and props that he deserves, but Michael Finley was a handful.
They showed Dwyane Wade's pops, and I was like, oh, Michael Finley's there. He looks just like Michael Finley.
Nah.
I'm not lying. That's what my mind went to. Michael Finley, though, was a Chicago guy. Went to the University of Wisconsin. Now, Chicago, now you've lived in different places, and you know not every city's games are the same. You can get some mean games in New York. You can get some pretty mean games out in LA. You can get some mean games out in Louisiana, like New Orleans. Not so mean games up in Madison, Wisconsin. I'll admit that. Not the meanest games that I've ever seen. There are no games in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I can vouch for that. No games. Am I right, Vlad? I mean, not every city is the same when it comes to hooping.
Nah.
Look at me. I'm ready to ball right now. I got my jersey on. I told you I was going to wear my Brandon Ingram jersey. We talked about it last week. But some mean game. Then that's just great. I can just imagine every weekend or almost every day, you and your dad and your uncle and your brothers and your family just getting in the car or, going to a court and just playing basketball, man. That's just It's unbelievable. It's great. I'm so glad that Dwyane Wade shared that story. And of course, he took pictures. He had all of his family there. He's got all of his kids there. It just looked great, man. I was just so happy for him. You know, he had that outfit on too. That nice outfit, Vlad. An outfit that is a little more expensive than the jersey that I'm wearing, or all the Yankees gear that I'm noticing you wearing right now. I'm almost like oblivious to it because you just represent. Did you purposely wear all Yankees today? Like you're on the practice squad or warming up for the team?
No, I mean, it's the last game of the series. My hair, I still didn't get a haircut.
No, don't do that, man. Save it.
Just
save it.
Saving it till Friday. And if I'm wearing a cap, I might as well wear the shirt.
The most famous cap of them all.
And it goes with the Jays. So
oh, wait, you got some J's on your feet?
it goes with the Jays, bro.
Is that all you wear is J's?
Yeah, other than church shoes when I have to go like to a wedding or something like that.
Ooh.
But it's always sneakers.
Always J's. I mean, I always wear these Chuck Taylor All-Stars, so I guess, I can't say much about that. Going to continue on with the Dwyane Wade goodness next. See what the internet is saying about Mr. Dwyane Wade's HOF entry last night. It's going to be hashtag what's trending on Sports Day 560 WQAM. Sunday Fun Day here on 560 WQAM. Music from my Irish brethren. U2, Bono, The Edge, Gary Lemon Jr. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Well played, Vlad. Pardon the pun. Well played. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Yeah, I know. Pretty bad.
I like
Nick T says, Vlad, don't lie. You have dress J's. You do. I got dress Chuck Taylors. Like, I don't ever not wear Chuck Taylors to something like weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs, dates, anything. I got my dress. They're black and I keep them clean. Those are the clean pair that I keep in the box that I only break out when I need them. I know you got some nice J's.
Yeah, my dress J's would be the same J's. You know, you could wear J's with anything, right?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I don't have dress J's.
Got any black Air Force Ones?
No, hell no.
I'm just checking.
I'm not committing a crime.
I'm worried about that.
I'm not a murderer.
If you're wearing black Air Force Ones, I'm not talking to you face to face.
Nah, you wear black. Nah, what? You wear black Air Force Ones? I'm not talking to you.
No.
Only way I'm conversing with you is through another planet.
You could pop off
another continent.
Pop off on me any minute.
Crazy.
If you're just now listening for the first time, or it's been a while since you've been listening to Sports Day, we have a theory that you wear black J's, you've killed someone, or you at least been to jail.
You're definitely
going to kill someone.
You're definitely a pariah in this community.
We're a self-help show, and we're going to do self-help throughout the day. I've got a couple things lined up for it, but yeah, right now, public service announcement. You see somebody with black J's walking down the street, go the other way. Just leave them alone. They got their own agenda. Let's get to some hashtag what's trending at Vlad2078 at Dan Day on X. We're going to call X now because that's what it is. You can go to x.com. It's not Twitter. It's X.
It's terrible.
I type in x.com and everybody's like, don't do it. Don't do it. I was like, what? And then sure enough, pops up what was formerly Twitter, now X. Also, I don't think work is going to get on me if I'm on a dirty site for 1 second. And if they come to me and say, why were you on a dirty site? I'm going to say, I was trying to find X. That's it. Nonetheless, Dwyane Wade is trending all over the place, and rightfully so. He has been inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, Springfield, Massachusetts. Mr. Dwyane Wade himself tweeted out a couple hours ago, it's a badge of honor to be the first of all the great players in Miami Heat history drafted and a Marquette history to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Hoop Hall, for such an amazing honor. Mama, we made it. There's nothing greater than thanking your mom. Am I right, Vlad?
Of course, you got to thank your parents.
Always thank your
if
mom.
They're there and they're part of your lives, yeah.
Big Lynn, thank you for everything. It's cathartic. Thank you, Mom.
Gene and Marie.
Thank you, Vlad.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Speaking of, everyone's going crazy on Twitter about Dwyane Wade and his dad and the great moment we heard from just a minute ago. You know, the great moment that they shared yesterday, calling him an everyday hooper and taught him about competitiveness and playing basketball every single day, pretty much just getting in the car and going to different courts around the Chicagoland area. Dwyane Wade and his dad and his uncle and his brothers and sisters spoke for 25 minutes last night.
That was pretty good. It was a good speech.
That was just the beginning of the party. Everyone seems to be tweeting because Dwyane Wade decided, I'm in the Hall of Fame now. Why not have a party? You got to have a party after you have a big moment in life.
Party.
And when you're having a big party after going into the Hall of Fame, who is the first person that you want performing at your party?
Wheezy.
Of course, that's who you call. You call Lil Wayne, New Orleans' own. Call him up. Lil Wayne out there on stage. They're all decked out in white. Dwyane Wade's wearing a wife beater.
That's unbelievable. Because 10 years ago, he said F LeBron, F the Miami Heat.
He was a season ticket holder for the Pelicans and the Heat.
And he's a big Laker fan, a big Kobe fan. He got upset one game. 10 years ago after the Heat beat the Lakers, and he went on a all-star rant saying F LeBron James, F the Miami Heat, and encounters he had with Chris Bosh's wife at the time. So he was mentioning that, and then now 10 years later, obviously, he's performing at D Wade's Hall of Fame party. So
awesome.
Cooler heads prevailed, and it's nice to see, people squash their beef, and then now you could perform for Dwyane Wade at his Hall of Fame party, and everybody's all happy.
That's what I was going to ask you, Vlad. When we're inducted into the Hall of Fame, who do you want performing at the party? I'm going to go Juvenile because he already got Lil Wayne. I
want Fab.
Fab?
Yeah, because I'm not going to get Jay-Z's not going to do. Jay-Z's not going to do it. I don't even think Fab would do it, but I want somebody from Brooklyn. So,
what about Talib Kweli?
No,
you don't want Talib Kweli?
Talib might make it too too political.
Uh,
It's too
just to
serious.
get by,
Yeah,
just
that's
to
great.
get high.
But then he
just-
might stop and say, I'm not here for we're not here for Vlad's retirement, a Hall of Fame
OMG.
speech for political messages. No.
Oh man,
We're here to
see,
party, have fun,
I would like
do
to have
drugs,
Talib Kweli.
all of that.
Yeah, well, that's going to be done. Talib Kweli.
That's great.
He's the
All right.
thoughtful rapper.
Yeah. Is Vlad's Hall of Fame going to be a thoughtful thing? No. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
You got to have balance.
I don't need balance.
But one moment we'll have Juvenile singing "Back That Ass Up," and then the next moment Talib Kweli will drop some knowledge.
No.
Balance.
No.
I don't know why I get the booty rapper and you get the smart guy.
No.
Who else is from Brooklyn?
I want
Who else you got?
ratchet. I want bars.
I hope maybe I'll get Damian Lillard because he can Dame Dollar. He'll be here in Miami anyway, so might as well just come on over to the
What,
party.
visiting?
Oh, I thought playing.
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, we haven't figured anything out whatsoever about our party, other than maybe Juvenile. I'm sure he's available. Juvie.
Hey man, don't knock Juvenile. He just did Tiny Desk.
That Tiny Desk was hot.
Yeah, don't knock Juvie.
Bring Manny Fresh with you too. Fresh. Of course, inducting Dwyane Wade into the Hall of Fame. Speaking right before him, AI, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson recently talked to Rachel Nichols, Miami girl, a woman. I should be careful.
Future contributor of Undisputed.
There you go. He said he doesn't want to miss it. He said, quote, "I will walk or run to this place before I miss it. All the times I'm late to the airport, I'm here at 6 and my flight is at 7:22. So AI.
Yeah, he said the story. If you get a chance, go to I guess you go to Rachel Nichols' socials. I think it's Rachel_Nichols. But she had an interview with Allen Iverson, and Iverson, he's notoriously late for things. He's missed many flights, but for some reason, because of his love for D Wade and the respect and admiration they have for each other, he said everything worked. Like God was looking out for him. Everything worked out. He set the alarm for 4:00. His wife said it's 4:00. He said, yes, it is 4:00. And he's like, you know how usually when you hear the alarm, you still go back to sleep, you hit the snooze button, you try to give yourself another 5 to 10 extra minutes. He actually got up, took a shower, got ready, called the service that was supposed to pick him up and bring him to the airport. And they were already outside in his driveway, ready for him. And he said, you know how when you're running late, you get every red light? He's like, I was on time and I was getting every green light.
It always works that way. When you're early, everything flies. When you're late, nothing.
So he said it was meant to be. It was meant to be for him to enshrine and be the one to enshrine Dwyane Wade into the Hall of Fame.
It just goes to show you everyone outside of Paul Pierce just greatly respects and loves Dwyane
I don't think
Wade.
Disrespects Dwyane. I just think when he's just comparing his career to his, you can't knock it. If you think you're that guy and you've done things, go ahead. Talk your ish. You can talk your stuff. Nobody has to believe it. That's it.
Pat Riley put it best when talking about Dwyane Wade last night. He carried our franchise. He brought so much to our organization. Simply put, but greatly put. This organization isn't what it is today without Dwyane Wade. Number 3. Man, what a great player. What a great guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought we were going to hear the Heat Nation.
Nah.
Gabrielle Union and his family, beautiful family there from Dwyane Wade. I like that jacket. They give you an orange jacket when you're inducted into the Hoops Hall of Fame. That orange jacket looking fresh too on Dwyane. Man, how does he do it? He always looks so clean and good, man.
Well, he's got a fashionista. Man.
He does have that.
He's got, when you make money, you have designers.
And when you got a bad one on your arm, you got to be a bad one yourself.
You just got to look. You got to look good when you have a bad one, right?
You got to.
I don't think you got to be a bad one yourself. I don't want nobody calling me a baddie. No.
I'll take that. I'll take any compliment you want to give me.
You can keep that.
I'm sleeveless today. If you're watching on YouTube and Twitch,
and you're scaring America right now.
Thank you, cousin. I appreciate that. We're gonna come back with some headlines here. I'm gonna try not to scare people. 560 WQAM. I'm so happy to be here with you. Really, look forward to it every week. Jumping up here, 560 WQAM, the Odyssey app, Twitch, YouTube Live. Just search 560 WQAM with my cousin, Vladimir Louison. But man, I told you, Vlad, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. And as the day goes on, I'm getting some clarity on why I'm just in this funk. And it's starting to all come clear.
Why are you in a funk?
You asked me a question during the break, and it just kind of like jarred everything out. You said, is there any chance the Marlins game, which begins in about 40 minutes from now, will end by the time we get off the air at 4 o'clock? And I said, yeah, it probably will. And then you said the magic words, we'll probably get to watch AJ Puck try to close the game. Oh, don't do this to me. That right there.
My bad, bro. That's my fault.
And if you listen or watch this show, you know AJ Puck, he's our guy, but we're honest about it. When he gets in the game and we're on the air, things usually don't go very good. And Vlad, we're having issues with the dump button. And I'm not worried about mispronouncing his name, AJ Puck. I'm worried about some of the other words that might come out of my mouth if he blows this save at the end of the game. Oh, it's not the only thing. Apparently, I'm a grocery service also. Vlad, do you need me to pick you up something after work? Because, I mean, I'm running all over town.
Let me guess. The girlfriend called or texted?
No. Giuseppe, one of my best friends, 70-year-old Cuban guy from Cuba. I used to live right above him. Go see him all the time. Love the guy. Dude doesn't know how to use his phone other than look at girls do yoga. Text me. Is there any chance you can get me a cheap bottle of rum after work? 70-year-old grown man from Cuba.
What are you, Uber Eats?
Man migrates to New York. He's a New Yorker like you, Vlad. Migrates to New York, then migrates to Miami. Man can't go down the street to Bay Supermarket and buy a fifth of rum. I got to do that. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Good karma. Get a text. Hey, check out my Amazon wish list. You need to do some shopping. $81 at Whole Foods is on my way. Man, Vlad, freaking grocery service. Anybody else need something? I'm going to go meet Richie at the Deuce today, man. You've never been to the Deuce. I can't believe that, Vlad.
No, I haven't been to the Deuce. I wish I would be able to go, but I got to go do the final show at the Improv today.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to work. I understand that.
I got to work. Yeah.
I only go to the Deuce, and I'm sure most people that are in the South Florida area know about Max Club Deuce. Legendary dive bar. Maybe the best dive bar in all of South Florida. Even more legendary than Bob's Your Uncle or On the Rocks in My Neighborhood. Legendary. That's where they filmed the shootout scene in Miami Vice at the nightclub. It was there. But I only go during the day. They have blackout windows. They have blackout blinds. So it's eternal pitch black in that place. But I don't like going at night because it's dark outside. It's dark inside. I like the fact that I can walk out of the
bro,
Deuce.
you got to walk it. I can't. There's one thing. I hate going to a bar in the afternoon and it's dark, right? So the ambiance is great. You're just drinking, boom, boom, boom.
You walk out.
And then you walk out. You're thinking, hey, it's like, 8, the sun is set. It's 8 p.m. It's 8:30. No.
It's all buy one, get one free until 7 o'clock at night, though.
It's still 5 o'clock at 5:30. The sun is beaming, and you're just sweltering in that heat. I don't know about that,
Drink
bro.
some Yingling, have a good night. And then you walk out and the sun's hitting you like,
and then you don't even know where you parked your car because, listen, that happened to me at the Hard Rock one time. I went to the Hard Rock, paid some poker. I've had some drinks. I was there like 4, 5, 6 hours. I was having a good time. So you forget I forgot what time I went in there. So got my money. Yes, I did win that night. And that afternoon. And then I left. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. It must be night because I've been out here for a while. No, it wasn't night. It was daytime.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where I parked because when I parked, there weren't that many cars there. Now it's a full lot. Guess who was observing all of this while Vlad looking for his car?
I try to play it cool though.
The cops.
Oh, no.
And you know what they did? I finally found my car.
Hopefully they stopped you before you got into your car.
It was good.
Oh,
but I finally got my car. But they were trying to see if I was drunk or something like that. And no, they thought I was trying to steal the car. I'm like, officer, if I was trying to steal a car,
why would I
need
walk
my
around
keys
forever?
No,
Yeah.
why would I need my keys?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I saw you. Yeah, officer. When I walked in here, there were no cars here. It was an empty lot. Now I've come out. It's a full lot. I got to find my car. They searched. They said they couldn't find anything. I was like, have a good day. But yeah, that's the reason why I don't like going to a bar early, and and there's no windows and it's all dark. And then when you get out,
I love it.
Nah, man.
I love you go early
It messes up with your brain.
Because the Deuce opens at 7 a.m. So you get there at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, buy one, get one free, keep those chips, have a couple beers, have some Yingling. Then at around like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, when across the alleyway or a little walk down, Lost Weekend opens up and they got pictures of Yingling. They're on happy hour special. You just walk down the alley, you go to Lost Weekend or Kill Your Idol, have some pictures, and then you take the trolley home, the free trolley home. Oh man, it's so nice. I love it. I love it a lot. But yeah, I do like when like cops, you know how it is, driving for the Joe Rose show at 4 o'clock in the morning, you get pulled over. I wonder why. Single male driving at 4 or 5 in the morning. I wonder why they're pulling me over. Oh, yeah, for sure. Me, long hair. First thing, and now I'm pretty confident I know what they're looking for. I just straight, why'd you pull me over? Oh, you blew through a stop sign. Oh, you mean at 4 in the morning when no one's on the road, I blew through a stop sign? Yeah. Where are you going? I'm going to work. Where do you think I'm going at 4 or 5 in the morning?
Going to your wife's house.
Yeah, I mean, like, really? And like, and then they're like, well, okay, I need your license and registration. Like, we're gonna go through all these formalities. You literally tried to pull me over because you either thought I was selling drugs or doing drugs. So now that you know I'm not, just say, okay, I'm making sure you're fine. Go. No, they gotta go through the formalities and then and then I like the parting words always. Be more careful. How about you be more careful? How about that? Don't give me no lip. Don't pull me over for no reason. And then, like, one time I did have the lady apologize. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, you did that to a lady officer?
I wasn't mean to her. She was just like, I was just like, I don't understand why you pulled me over. You ran through a stop sign. I was like, I didn't. And she was just like, I just, and you could tell like she was starting to get nervous because think about it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you recall what month and what part of the month it was? Was it towards the end of the month?
I got to go look at the citation she wrote or the warning that she wrote me.
Okay. Because, dude,
but I look like
the end of the month.
Yeah,
when they got to get their quota.
They kind of get scared. They kind of get scared at the end.
They don't get.
I do look like the type of guy that can lawyer up on you real quick.
It's not even about the lawyering up for them. They don't care. They just want to get that quota. They want to reach their quota. They'll give you anything. Jaywalking. Oh, sir, I just took one step under the street. That was jaywalking. But it says walk.
I'll lawyer your ass up.
Yeah,
I've done it too. I've gotten bogus tickets, lawyered up. For some reason they didn't show up to court that day.
And Harlan Levine.
Thanks for wasting my time. Write that cop up. Well, why'd you write me up? Why'd you pull me over? Why'd you write a bogus ticket? If you can't tell, I don't hate cops.
Sergey's funny.
Please enlighten me.
Sergey says,
when
you get pulled over, you're supposed to say, you're a public servant. Get me a glass of water.
I'll do that. Hopefully not.
I'm going to do that. They are a public servant.
Yeah.
So go do some public service for me.
Give me some water.
Get me some water.
Oh, man, I'm in one of those.
Yeah, man. You see? Yeah, AJ Puck. You went from an AJ Puck talk to cops pulling you over for no reason. Look at that.
Let's talk about good things.
Let's talk about good things.
Dwyane Wade was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame last night. 25-minute speech mentioned that his belief in himself was stronger than anyone's doubts.
Heat Nation, y'all in here?
Yo, shout out to Heat Nation, bro.
Representing.
I know we're ops, but I gotta, but I'm a good op to you guys. There's a lot of love and disrespect between the New York and Miami fans, but I gotta shout you out yesterday. That was very nice to hear. Let's go Heat in Dwyane Wade's Hall of Fame speech right before his speech. It was great. It was great to hear. That showed that people actually went to Springfield to go honor Dwyane Wade. That is a beautiful moment. Shout out to Heat Nation for going up there and letting him feel the South Beach love, the love that the city has for the best player to wear a Miami Heat uniform.
And they saved the best for last. He spoke last.
Well, if you think about it, Dwyane Wade had Other than Pop, and nobody wants to hear a coach speak last.
Who spoke forever, by the way.
Well, I mean, he's Pop. He's got a lot of things he's got to say. Especially if the wine kicks in, he's going to be talking for a minute. But he was the most accomplished player,
right?
That was being enshrined. Paul Gasol won 2 titles, right? Well, D-Wade won 3. Dirk won 1 off D-Wade, but D-Wade won 1 off Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Parker won 1 off D-Wade, and D-Wade won 1 off Tony Parker. So yeah, it was a great class. This is one of the best classes ever to be enshrined, and he's the marquee of all the enshrinements.
Take that with you. Take that with you.
I think Becky Hammond went in there too. I got a Becky Hammond thing.
Let's get a training camp report. Training camp reports are sponsored by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Leon Eichenberg may not be long for this Dolphins team. Apparently, there's some talk that he is going to be cut, but we'll have to just wait and see. Hasn't been great. He has not been great with the Dolphins. So we'll see. Elias Rudolph has flipped his commitment from Michigan to Miami. The 4-star edge rusher is from Deerfield Beach. Luis Arias' 2-run home run in the first was enough to hold off the Yankees as the Marlins won 3-1. Sandy Alcantara pitched a complete game and struck out 10. The two finished their series today at 140.
It's a good pitching matchup, buddy. You got
Gotcha.
Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yanks and Yuri Perez for the Marlins.
Boy wonder right there.
Yeah.
Yuri Perez.
I hope he doesn't get rocked by Stanton and Judge.
They had to bring him back a little earlier than they wanted because the team was.
It was stupid. How about this?
Kind of slipping away.
How about this, Cousin? The team started struggling the minute they sent him back down.
Yep. Only yourself to blame.
Listen, man. And here's the thing that pisses me off. Either way, they're gonna blow their arm out.
Yeah, it's not like you rested him. Like, how did that work for Strasburg?
Strasburg, right?
How did that work for him?
How does that work for any pitcher that they've said, oh, he's supposed to be the one?
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right.
Like
I don't understand that.
Ryan, it wasn't meant to be. So he went out there and threw gas for 40 years. Probably could go throw 100 mile an hour.
That's what I don't understand. Those old farts were throwing gas every day. They didn't even want to be taken out of the game. They threw 150 pitches and they were ready, smoked some cigarettes, drink some beer, and they were ready 4 days later to get back on the mound.
No Tommy John surgery back then. We got to protect him. From what? From pitching? It's like Zion Williamson. Oh, we can't play him because we don't want him to get hurt. What? Huh?
Well, for Zion, I think it's more about him getting in shape. He's a fatty. Pause.
He gets his cardio in.
Clearly he does.
Pause.
Yeah, no, he gets his cardio in with porn stars with porn stars and strippers.
Run to the all-you-can-eat buffet.
What are you gonna do after you've worked up all that energy?
You gotta carb load.
You got a carb load. But yeah. But yeah, man. Yuri Perez versus Garrett Cole, 140 first pitch. It's gonna be a good one. And it's been a great crowd at Lone Depot Park this weekend.
Over under, how many runs does AJ Puck give up today?
I don't think he gets in the game.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think he gets in the game.
I think he gives up.
But if he does get in the game, over 2 runs.
No, I would give him 1.
Up and under the over under is 1.5.
I'm telling you, if he has to face Aaron Judge, I'm holding my breath. Literally, we will hold our breath for as long as we possibly can while that happens right here live on the air. We'll see. Inter Miami, they face the Philadelphia Union Tuesday at 7 in the semifinals of League's Cup. Union coach Jim Curtin urging fans not to sell tickets to people who want to see Lionel Messi. He wants that home pitch advantage. He will not get that. Away. Sell those tickets. Let's go. Oh, 76ers have ended trade talks for James Harden and plan to bring the guard back to training camp. No word on Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers. I mean, if you're Heat Nation, are you worried? Not so much, but not encouraging at all. Joe Cronin could be looking at that like, that's an option. I think you already kind of knew that, but still, that's an option.
That's going to happen, man.
an option. Right now, the Saints and the Chiefs getting underway with some preseason action. At 4, you get Raiders and 49ers.
Over under in fights in the stands.
It's so they were talking about eliminating that game.
They
because of
did.
so many fights.
They did.
I guess, yeah, man.
They did, but when the Raiders were in the Bay.
Yeah, they moved.
But now that Raiders moved to Vegas, they figure that they can bring it back. But no, there's gonna be fights.
Raider Nation is different, man.
So are Raider Nation is different, but Niner fans are bumped. Like Niner fans are crazy.
I don't like Niner fans.
I don't like them either. They have this
entitlement.
Thank you, bro.
And then they do. I mean,
but they haven't won diddly squat in a long time.
Everybody thinks they're a contender. They're not. When was the last team?
Niners are a contender.
I wanted to ask you this.
They are a contender.
I wanted to ask you this. When was the last team to have an average quarterback win a Super Bowl?
The Ravens. The Eagles.
At the time, Joe Cool was big time, though.
Joe Flacco has never been Joe Cool. He was just Joe Flacco. And he had a great 4-game stretch that got him a contract.
So it was the Ravens, 10, 15 years ago?
No, it was at the year that they beat the Niners.
It's been at least 10 years.
Okay. What about Nick Foles?
That's a good one.
All right, then.
There
it happens.
Okay, so the 49ers, the sun shines on the dog's ass at least once a day, maybe.
Dude, they just needed a quarterback. Just a quarterback that could throw at least 5 yards. That game would have still been competitive. The Eagles still would have won. Don't worry, Trevor. The Eagles still would have won.
They'll still win
but,
again.
Dog, they went through 3 quarterbacks.
They were on Mr. Irrelevant.
No. Mr. Irrelevant got hurt. Then he got another guy, Josh Johnson. Like, all their quarterbacks were hurt. That's why they...
Tell them, Vlad. Tell them what your theory with the 49ers.
Oh, the 49ers will never have a great quarterback with a big name because the quarterback of the offense is Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan does not want big name quarterbacks because he wants to be the star of the offense. That's why Kirk Cousins is great for him because Kirk Cousins is not really trying to be out there. You know, he's not trying to be marketable. He just wants to play the game and do his job, and that's it. I think a lot of people have seen Kirk Cousins' personality now in that Netflix drama quarterback, and they like it. He's a family man.
Man, he got roughed up in that series,
but that's what
he's just a dude.
Just a dude. That's what Kyle Shanahan likes. He just wants a dude. He doesn't want anybody who's going to be a star or a superstar. He was good with Matt Ryan, even though he was the number 1 pick and he was the MVP. But Matt Ryan is not. It wasn't like Brady. It's not Rodgers. It's not. There's not going to be so much media attention on you that you have to, you have to talk to the media. You have to do all of this. Then he doesn't want all of that. He just wants a guy that's just going to do the job, does what I tell him to do, and that's it.
We've all had those bosses where, not that they're intimidated, but they don't like the fact that someone could be bigger than them.
He doesn't want that.
He does not want that.
He does not want that
type of boss.
But think about it. You don't think Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers have said the San Francisco 49ers are their favorite team?
Yeah, they grew up there.
They would love to play for their hometown team.
Nary a word.
Always. And you always hear Niners don't want it. And I was like, well, Kyle Shanahan does not want a star. He doesn't want a superstar. He's the superstar of the offense.
As Pootie Tang would say, nan nada. I always try to get a Pootie Tang reference in.
Pootie Tang.
Wadata. Louis C.K. We're not going to get into Louis C.K., but we're just going to say, man, what a show. What a movie. Pootie Tang. I like when the woman's throwing, Pootie Tang, I hate you. And she's throwing all of his stuff out in the street. And he's like 4 years old. That's one of my goals in life, lad. One day we're going to do a show where literally all we do is watch White Men Can't Jump and Pootie Tang and comment on it. That's just all we're going to do.
No, I want to do I want to do a game where we're watching the game, but we're just no filter.
Oh, we'll do uncensored.
Like an unfiltered, uncensored version of the game where we're just watching it, we're chilling, hanging out. Maybe people may be involved. Maybe we're at an adult establishment.
We will be playing under protest if we do an uncensored show. You all know what that means. If you're a regular to the show, you know what playing under protest means.
So, yeah, I would love to do that. People could come. We'll have a number for people to call in.
Go do it at someone's house. Invite us.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to It Is What It Is, Cam and Mace. Shout out to Paul Pierce and his little parties that he has on live. They're fun parties. People are gonna watch. People,
With all that being said, Vlad, do you want to stick around for an extra hour and do this show?
No.
Okay, I was just checking. Interesting. A quote unquote TikTok pundit has spoken about the Dolphins, and you might be surprised. We will hear from that and comment on that next. 560 WQAM.
I'll say this right off the bat. The more I think about it, the more I think the Dolphins are set up to be the most disappointing team in the entire league. Let's start by talking about Tua. Tua is in the exact same tier as Jimmy Garoppolo for me. He's got a lightning quick release. He's accurate over the middle of the field. He's a bit better than Garoppolo. I think he hangs slightly tougher in the pocket. He does have a little bit more to him as a creator out of structure. But that's not saying much because Jimmy G offers you nothing as a creator. Tua offers you next to nothing as a creator. I also think his accuracy and decision-making gets overstated by his fans. It's certainly fine, but it's not like this elite trait that makes him amazing. I also attribute basically 100% of his prowess as a deep ball thrower to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I think that Tua's arm strength is the worst of all the NFL starters, and he might be in a tier alone at the bottom now that Heineke's not a starter anymore.
Woo! Strong words from TikTok analyst. Once again, TikTok analyst Theo Ash. He's predicting the Dolphins will go 6-11 this year, being the most disappointing team in the NFL. And as you heard, he's not very high on Tua Tagovailoa. Wow.
This guy sounds like every Tua hater prior to last season.
Wow. Tua's much better than Jimmy Garoppolo, correct? When he's healthy? Gives you nothing, he said, creativity-wise. And he attributes all of his downfield prowess to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I would say Tua's better than Jimmy G.
Yes. Let's give him that.
I think they both got the same arm strength.
I don't think Tua has a rocket for an arm.
He doesn't have a rocket for an arm, but he doesn't have
He's
a
fine.
noodle for an arm either. Like, he's not like Chad Pennington throwing the ball.
He's fine. And his downfield prowess, I mean, he has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I think what people want, here's the thing. All I know is this. Tyreek and Jalen are always past their defender. So are there times he throws balls and it's a little bit underthrown where the guys have to stop their route and run and get under the ball and catch it? Yes. But are there times that he's throwing it right in rhythm? Yes.
Very accurate.
Yes.
That's one thing you can say about Tua. You can knock him all you want, but he is a very accurate passer. Maybe not the strongest arm in the league. Doesn't really matter. Does he have downfield prowess? Yes. Is it because of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? Anybody would have more downfield prowess with those two guys. 6-11. Man, if the Dolphins go 6-11 this year, Vlad, something is definitely wrong with this team. This team is way better than 6-11.
If you guys go 6-11,
that means that.
Wait, how do they go 6-11? Is Tua hurt and missed most of the year?
I'm just saying something's
or
wrong.
Or is Tua start playing and you guys are losing close games and stuff like that? Because then the whole regime might have to be looked at differently.
If Tua plays all year and we go 6-11, something's really wrong.
Yeah, and if he doesn't play well or he's not putting up the numbers, then yeah, you're in a predicament where you're looking for another quarterback maybe in the near future. But it all depends. I don't see that happening. I see that the Dolphins will have the opposite of 6-11. They'll have 11-6.
I can go with that. I can ride with that.
I see them. Yes, I see them finishing second in the AFC East to the Jets, and I think we all agree that the Bills we think might be I think they're going to take a step back. The hype is over for me. I think the window's closed. But it's going to be a competitive AFC East. No disrespect to the Patriots. I mean, you've had 20 plus years of dominance. So even though I like to see you guys fail, I'm not going to disrespect Belichick and those guys. But it's a competitive AFC East. But for that TikToker to say that Tua is the worst quarterback, or it's going to be like he has the worst arm for a quarterback, nah, that's hate.
In a class by himself.
That's hate.
At the bottom. Tyler Heinicke, second string for the Atlanta Falcons, by the way, who's on the depth chart. And Theo Ash goes on to say that the Dolphins' offense was explosive at the beginning of the season, but towards the end, they started slowing down because teams started figuring out that they could play press coverage, thus not leaving as much open space in the field for Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle to run.
I agree. Because if you look at that 5-game losing streak towards the end of the year, they went against the Niners. They went against the Chargers, the Bills. They did still put up points on the Bills. Niners and Chargers did kind of stifle them a little bit.
Well, I mean, the Niners defense is great.
Yeah, but Niners defense is great. I mean, it's one of the best teams in the league. Chargers are very talented. The Bills games, they still put up numbers, man. They were leading going to the fourth quarter in the cold. Like, people act like They didn't get their ass smacked. Like they you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they outplayed the Bills.
they
They just didn't win
really
the game.
did outplay the Bills. The Bills had the ball, made one more play, which happens in sports. Person who gets the ball last, or the person they make a play, a pivotal play, they're gonna win. That's what happened in that Bills game. Green Bay, that game was a little weird, but he might have been concussed. Well, no, he was concussed. So yeah, but that happens in football, man. That happens in all the sports. That's why I always want to look at the second year. Like I want to see the second year. Like, okay, you see Jalen Hurts take that major step in his second year.
Definitely.
Now we want to see, can he consistently do it? Because defenses get better. They have film on you. They have film on you. We were talking about Brock Purdy earlier, right? They have film on Brock Purdy. Do you think let's see if Brock Purdy's going to have that same magic like he had last year till he got hurt.
Exactly.
We'll see.
You bring up a good point. You can't just do it once. You have to do it again and again and again. And it is a copycat league.
Absolutely.
Winning games at the beginning of the season, totally different from winning games at the end of the season. At the end of the season, there's more tape. There's more things that have been tried. Teams are watching. They say, ooh, this works, or ooh, this doesn't work. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. So yeah, to say, oh, at the end of the season, most teams, it's more of a struggle at the end of the season for the simple facts that these teams have guys working around the clock, dissecting every single move that you make, not just on the football field, but off the football field. So your, what would you call it? Your dossier on the team is much larger at the end of the season than it is at the beginning of the season.
Look at my cousin using SAT words.
I know, man. I'm trying here.
Can you spell dossier?
No.
It's 2 S's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice job right there. But yeah, so yeah, did things tighten up at the end of the season? Yes, but that's natural for most teams. That's why it's so important when you see a team trending upwards at the end of the season to watch out for them, because they're getting things done despite everyone knowing what to do against them, or at least what works against them.
YouTube listeners and watchers, Twitchers. Sergey said, San Diego, when they lost, the Dolphins lost to San Diego, McDaniel got our coach. And if the Dolphins disappoint, these are his reasons. Tua gets hurt, O-line, McDaniel, bad play calling. Here's the thing with McDaniel. That was his rookie year last year.
But there were some glaring rookie mistakes that he made.
Towards the end, there were some glaring mistakes towards the end, but that's his first year as a head coach.
You expect him to evolve.
I expect him to evolve. I expect him to be better because he has that 1 year under his belt. So that's what happens. That's what sports is, man. It's, it's tit for tat. Oh, you're doing this. I'm going to study you and figure out devise a plan to stop that or neutralize that. That's what it is. Oh, that's your best player. I'm going to neutralize your best player. Do the Bill Belichick. I'm going to neutralize your best player. Now you got to figure out other ways for you to produce, to be successful.
I thought, of course, they did get he got coached by Shanahan for sure against San Francisco.
But also no disrespect to the Dolphins, but the Niners have a better roster than
most teams,
right?
And I will say this, and I think you and I have talked about this, Vlad. I did not like the fact that they stayed on the West Coast instead of coming home last year.
I loved it. Why?
Because they're on vacation.
They
looked like they were on vacation.
They weren't on vacation.
The Chargers. It looked like all they talked about was what they were going to be doing. They didn't talk anything game for a whole week. Oh, I'm going to go here. We're going to do this.
Dan, we're bitching and complaining about working. We live and we have cars and we can get to wherever we need to within 20 to 30 minutes. Now you're asking a team that plays football practice to fly back cross country to go back out cross country. No.
Charter a flight. They're charter flights.
No, that's
5
ridiculous.
Hours. Boom, boom, boom,
dumb.
boom, boom.
That's absolutely dumb. I would not do that.
Poor babies.
I give props to teams that say no.
Take that L.
That L.
That's what they took.
Well, they took the L.
They took that vacation. And
they took a vacation.
They took it out. But the first one, you don't blame them.
No.
I'm just
saying.
So
that's how you look at it. So
business.
If they lost, but if they won, what would you have said?
Lucky them.
Oh, you would have said lucky them? Or
I would have.
No,
I
you
said it
been
before the game.
You would have been like, oh, man, it was smart for them to stay there and rest their
bodies.
No.
This is not revisionist history. This is not revisionist history. I said it all week long. Before that game leading up, I was like, I don't like the vacation mentality.
That's not a vacation mentality. That's goofy what you're saying right now.
That's goofy.
Yes, because it's not vacation. What's vacationing? Did they take 3 days off? Did they go to Vegas?
Tua,
No.
Tua even said, I got to figure out what I'm going to do while we're out here on the West Coast.
Okay, good for him. Figure out what you got to do. He's good. If he was down in South Florida, he still would be figuring out what to do.
They'd be practicing.
No, they wouldn't.
And they did practice out there.
Oh, then, so what are you saying then?
I'm saying that's my take. What are you mad about?
I'm not
I
mad.
don't understand why you're so angry.
I'm not mad. Your take is goofy. I want you to
Why is
explain
it goofy? I've
because
explained it. Because they're in a mind frame of not playing football and practicing every day. They're out on the West Coast. They're looking at it more as a vacation, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. That's what I'm saying.
And I think your take is ridiculous because that's not the mentality. Their mentality is this. Oh, why fly 6 hours?
5.
Whatever.
On a chartered flight.
It doesn't matter. 5 hours where you can have any type of delays because that happens too, right? So would it have been smart for them to fly back and there's some weather problems or there's a mechanical problem where they got to stay in the airport? Or would it just be smarter for them to spend 1 week practice and they're out there? That you always talking about team chemistry. Well, couldn't that week, form team chemistry? Because you're not with your family, so you're gonna have to be around your teammates.
All their families were out there. You don't remember all the pictures?
Come on, man.
You don't remember all the pictures?
No, I don't.
There's pictures of them going places, Disney World, and all this other stuff.
So they could have done the same.
Fine.
So they could have done the same thing if they were down in South Florida.
True.
Okay, then. So they just lost because they lost. It wasn't because they had a vacation mentality.
Okay.
Did they have a holiday mentality when they lost to the Packers?
It didn't help
because it was Christmas Day. Did they have a Christmas mentality?
It didn't help. No, I mean the Christmas thing. That's different. They had a regular week.
Well, bro.
Humans aren't okay. So humans aren't creatures of habit. Are you saying that we're not?
Yes, humans are creatures of habits. Yes.
You broke those habits.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No.
So they didn't go home and live their regular lives on a normal. It wasn't a normal.
They didn't break the habit because you know what? Nobody. How many teams get back-to-back West Coast games like that? Everybody that gets back-to-back West Coast games, all the teams stay in the West Coast. They don't fly back because it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense for the body. Doesn't make sense for them to fly back to go do that again. And it's cost efficient for the owner if you look at it.
If it's cost efficient, then that's a different thing.
Yeah,
of course,
cost efficient.
They're still putting them up in hotels and stuff.
It's not really cost efficient.
It's not cost efficient.
Not cost efficient. But I'm just saying for the plane ride, going back and forth.
I don't know how much jet fuel costs. I don't buy jet fuel on a regular basis.
I don't either. But yeah, but the thinking of that it was they weren't there on a vacation. No, they went against a good team and they lost. And that was expected. That was.
I was here for that San Diego game.
The Sunday night game. Yes. And they lost. Why did they lose? San Diego, the Chargers figured them out.
Not San Diego. They're in Los Angeles.
Dude, it's
by
been
the
like
way.
6 years.
The Chargers.
They've been in Los Angeles, and nobody still can remember that they're in Los Angeles. But yeah, the Chargers. Yeah, I think with the TikToker, what's his name, Theo Ash. I think Theo Ash was wrong in his assessment of Tua and his assessment of the Dolphins, but he can be right. That's why they play the games. You give your opinion.
You have the right to say what you want,
right?
Like me,
whether it's
bad,
whether it's good or bad, whether it's good or bad, you have the right to the opinion.
But they were on vacation.
They weren't on vacation, bro.
Debatable. Can we leave that up? It's debatable.
They just playing right. Thank you, Sergey. They just got our coach. That was it.
I mean, the glaring rookie mistakes, obviously, for Mike McDaniel, not challenging that Packers play on Christmas Day where it was a catch and they ruled it a catch and it wasn't a catch. And then, of course, that 4th down, not having the personnel right against the Bills that in the playoff game. Those were two where it's like, oh man, that guy's a rookie. But for the most part, I like what Mike McDaniel did. And for the most part, I expect him to grow and evolve as a coach. That's why I'm very hopeful this year. Same thing. Tua, healthy. Mike McDaniel, more experienced and seasoned. Defense, get Jalen Ramsey back. I thought Cam Smith's hurt too, by the way.
Listen to this. Text from the 305.
Cam Smith's hurt. Go ahead.
Is he hurt? Or are we going to get into that?
I just got 31 minutes ago and it says,
Jesus, during practice?
Sports Illustrated reporting that Cam Smith sidelined by a shoulder injury. He suffered it in the 19-3 preseason loss to the Falcons. He should be sidelined for a couple weeks. By the end, Vlad, you and I are going to be playing cornerback for the freaking Dolphins. Give me some cleats.
Man, this is
in a passing league, in a passing conference, in a passing
division.
All you have to face is Aaron Rodgers twice a year.
Josh Allen
twice a year.
That's it. That's it. I'm not.
We're
I'm
gonna
not
leave it
gonna-
at that.
Mac,
But I mean,
Mac Jones.
you have a really nice schedule too. Don't forget week 1, Justin Herbert. Russell Wilson doesn't exactly scare me. Daniel Jones doesn't exactly scare me. Bryce Young doesn't exactly scare me. Jalen Hurts. Patriots don't exactly scare me. Patrick Mahomes. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo. That'll be a nice little matchup for Theo Ash right there. Theo Ash can see if he was right.
That is good. Yeah, by the way,
Who's better, Jimmy G or Tua Tagovailoa?
How many Raider fans are gonna be out here in that game?
Tons. I'm going to the game.
You are?
I love both teams.
Are you a Raider fan?
Yo, yeah, man. Bo Jackson was my dude. The Jets, the Commanders, not worried about
Tech
that.
Mobo.
Titans,
Disrespectful.
Jets,
How-
Cowboys.
So disrespectful.
For what?
Saying, hey, the Jets. Saying, don't
No,
give
I'm
up.
saying you got to worry about the Jets. You got Aaron Rodgers. That's on a Black Friday too. And then Commanders, Titans, Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills.
That's a good 3-game.
But by this time,
That's a good 3-game homestand in December.
hopefully by December 17th, Jalen Ramsey will be back. Jalen Ramsey thinks he's going to be back
man,
November
this is
5th
not
for the
good.
Chiefs game.
Is that what he's trying to gun for?
No, he just said, "You tell me when I should be back, and I'll beat it by a month." That's what he said.
Really? I want you back September 10th.
I mean,
can we slow it down with Jalen Ramsey and his rush to get back so soon? Like,
I
make
don't
sure
I don't like
everything's
that
good.
particular. Yeah, I don't like the fact that you tell me when I can be back and I'll beat it by a month. It's like, hey, and I know he's going at it with the former Chargers team doctor and stuff. Like, you don't know me, you can't say what the situation is with me, and just get healthy and get back. That's all I'm worried about. Cam Smith, get healthy and get back. I don't need to see Noah Igbenogany all season long. Glad he's not going to get hurt. I can guarantee you that.
Wow, so you lost Jalen Ramsey for several months, and Cam Smith has a
Now, a
shoulder
couple
injury.
weeks, it says. Xavier Howard, drink that juice. Get hydrated.
No, they're not gonna throw the X.
But I mean, you're gonna have to be in the game all the time.
Oh, you're gonna be in the game, but they're not throwing that X
No,
side. They're gonna be throwing
no.
that Eli Apple.
Yep.
Noah.
I'm now hanging my hopes, at least for a couple of weeks, on Eli Apple.
A couple of weeks. You gotta rely on Eli Apple for several months.
I was hoping Cam Smith would step up.
Mm.
Look at the enthusiasm on my face.
But here's the thing, though. You guys play the Texans and a rookie quarterback, so you might be able to get away with things in this preseason game.
We played a third-string quarterback the other day and lost 19-3.
Yeah, but it was third strings. I expect some of the starters to play this Saturday.
Oh, you think the dress rehearsal?
Yeah, this is more of the dress rehearsal game.
We talked about it, though. If the Dolphins, it would behoove them to have the dress rehearsal the third game because they have a week off between opening day, and then you play all the way at 4:30 on a Sunday. That Celsius I drink is coming up, Vlad. I think we should go to break. We'll be back with, what are we going to do next? Hold up,
I hope you don't puke.
For a vomit.
He's gonna puke.
We're going to do Nayer Day next.
Puke.
60 WQAM.
He's gonna puke.
All right, with all the ranting and raving about vacation, we got a little bit behind, so we're going to do a little quick nay or day. Vlad and I are going to decide whether it is a nay, thumbs down, or a day, thumbs up. I'll tell you, running groceries later today, liquor and whatever, Whole Foods, that's definitely nay right there. Got to go to Whole Foods and 125th up here in Biscayne, North Miami. Hopefully they have sales on liquor. Nonetheless, let's get into it real quick. Jalen Waddle recently talked about how he could make Dolphins history.
Man, all that, comes with the game. But ultimately, it's a goal. I've never really looked at, but I'm just gonna try to stay consistent throughout the year and make plays when team need them, and when they call my number, just be ready to make it.
Talking about being possibly the first Dolphins player in their first 3 seasons to catch at least 1,000 yards in all 3 of those seasons. Vlad, is that a nay or a day?
That's a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyreek Hill gets his 2,000 yards. Jalen Waddle gets his 1,400, 1,500. Looking good. Jalen Waddle.
Yo, the way to I want to put it back. I think if Tua stays healthy and the offensive line holds up, Tua should be throwing for 5,000 yards easy.
Yeah.
I want to see if he could break. I think because look, if Tyreek goes for 2,000,
Jalen's going for 15.
That's 3,500.
Yep. And I like that Easy E. I told you, I thought he was MVP of the game the other night. Easy E was all over the place. And A-Chain, Devine A-Chain, I'm telling you, he's going to be a spark plug. He's going to be that guy like we used to call a third down back. He's just going to come in, catch passes, kickoffs. He's going to do a lot of good things. So, like Jalen Waddle. Recently, some of the Washington Commanders were boo-hooing about Eric Bieniemy, their offensive coordinator, being a little too tough on him, a little sensitive. And head coach Ron Rivera kind of called him out. And then, people kind of gave Ron Rivera a hard time for calling out his players for being soft. Ron Rivera kind of admitted, maybe I put my foot in my mouth.
We talked about it, and it was just, I basically told him I put my foot in my mouth. I think what I said wasn't as clear as it needed to be. And I think the understanding of it is just the fact that I think everybody's making, in my opinion, a little bit more than needs to be made of this. Because, again, the results are what you're looking for on the field. And so far, the last couple of days have been outstanding. I think Eric has done a great job of communicating his message.
Is that an A or a day, Vlad?
How do I say this?
I'll say it.
Commanders, come on, man. Stop being a bunch of wussies. Like, you can't take a man screaming, yelling at you, especially a coach.
Yeah.
Like, where no players ever been yelled at a coach? They were yelling at you when the minute you started Pee Wee.
I know.
And in high school and in college. They're worse in high school and college.
To me, that's 100% nay. Ron Rivera, you don't have to apologize to nobody. Say, I said what I said.
Eric Bieniemy doesn't need to apologize.
Eric Bieniemy don't care what you said.
Toughen up, you Commanders.
But I mean, like, I put my foot in my mouth. I
Commanders.
shouldn't have said anything. I should keep it in the house. So what? You said what you said. It wasn't anything bad. You said the guys are being soft. Go out there and be tough. Eric Bieniemy is going to yell at you. Go. I don't have to apologize. I don't have to say nothing.
Here's the thing.
Be a man. Say, yeah.
The team
Yeah.
is finally churning around after the whole Daniel Snyder situation.
Right.
The team is sold. Everything is kind of blossoming in Washington right now. I don't think Ron Rivera is going to be there next season because that's not ownership's head coach. That's not
their
the man
guy
that they chose.
Not a bad coach, though.
He's not a bad coach. But when you're getting to this point where the players are, complaining about being yelled at, if you don't win, the scenario is really set up for them perfectly. They should really tank and get the number 1 draft pick so that they can
Caleb Williams?
Yes, bring the hometown hero back. Bring Caleb Williams back and hire a new coach. And then Washington is back. They're gonna have a new nickname shortly. I don't think they're gonna stay with the Commanders. So it's a new ownership. I can understand why Rivera. Listen, this is still your team until you get let go. So, like you said, stand on your 10 toe down and be like, look, I said what I said. He said what he said. Either toughen up or you out, or you get released.
And another thing about the players boo-hooing and stuff like that, it's not like Eric Bieniemy's a new coach. He has a resume and a reputation.
Right, but here's the problem. There's a lot of things going on here because Eric Bieniemy should have been a head coach, and a lot of people questioning why he wasn't a head coach. And the stigmas that it's Andy Reid that's been calling the plays, even in the the quarterbacks. I think you see a lot of Todd Haley discussing things with Patrick Mahomes in that quarterbacks Netflix documentary. So a lot of people don't respect Eric Bieniemy the way that they should, but that's always been Eric Bieniemy. He's gonna
say this.
He's tough love. He gives you Bieniemy tough love. He's always gonna have your back, but he's gonna scream on you.
I'll tell you this, Eric Bieniemy, say what you want. If he would be the head coach of my team, I would have no problem with that whatsoever. I'd be happy about it. So I think he should be a head
Dennis
coach.
Allen that bad, huh? You hate Dennis Allen?
No, I'm just saying. I think Eric Bieniemy's going to make a great head coach one day, and he should be a head coach right now. He'll make his way. Speaking of head coaches, UCLA head coach, it's hard to say that, UCLA head coach Chip Kelly talked about the state of affairs that's going on in college football and said maybe everybody should be like Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is an independent in football, but they're in a conference for everything else. Why aren't we all independent for football? And take the 64 teams in Power 5, make that one division, take the 64 teams in Group of 5, make that another division. We play for a championship. They play for a championship. No one else gets affected. Our sport's different than everybody else. We only play once a week. Travel's not a big deal for football, but it is a big deal for other sports.
Vlad, Nair Day?
All day.
You like it?
Yeah, because he's right. Football is trying to separate themselves from other collegiate sports. So therefore, if they're trying to do that, let them just be independent. It should not affect basketball, baseball, volleyball. It shouldn't affect those other sports. Like, you know what I mean? There are rivalries that people want to see, and they're not going to be able to see it. We spoke about it yesterday with this different realignment with everybody joining super conferences. You're not going to get certain matchups that you would love to see. And I agree with Chip. If you just make it one, that way you just it separates themselves. That's what basically is. Football wants to separate themselves from the other collegiate sports. So just do that. Have football independent and everybody else within their conferences.
So you do get all the rivalry games that you'll want. You'll make your own schedule.
You'll schedule the games that you want.
Teams that want to play each other will play each other. Do you miss the fact that you will no longer be able to be conference champion? And then there will be no conference championship games.
There's still going to be conference championship games.
Well, no, he said everybody's independent, 64 teams.
Oh, they won't be conference. You're right. There won't be no conference championship. But the only question is,
you missed that?
No. You know what? The only thing I'm trying to figure out is then how would you determine the playoffs?
Top 12 teams.
But how would you know it's the top 12 teams?
You have a committee, like they do now.
Right, but what are the committee going to be looking at? Strength of schedule. How do you know something's a strength of schedule? There's no more conferences. You're going to have to look at the teams.
That's why you have a committee. They make the decision.
They had a committee right now, and they're still not doing a great job with it.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's how you do it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I get it. He's right with the independence. But if you're going to have a committee to decide it, then guess what, coaches? You're going to have to schedule some tough games every weekend and week out.
Some big games, man. You're going to see some tough games all spread across the calendar. I also like that Chip Kelly said we play football. Travel doesn't matter. So technically, the Dolphins could have come back that week. They're on the West Coast.
He said college football. He wasn't talking about professional football.
But he said once a week. I don't see what the difference is.
Yeah. It's football. You could play twice a week in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah. You could play Monday and Thursday. I mean, Sunday and Thursday.
There's no way. Okay,
you could play Sunday and Thursday.
They'll never put you Monday and Thursday.
You could play Sunday, Thursday. You could play Sunday, Friday.
It happens.
Dolphins are playing Sunday and Friday this year.
That sucks.
Huh? That's twice a week.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It's going to be dangerous. That's dangerous.
So let me ask you this. If the Dolphins were playing a road game, they were playing another road game within those days. I know they don't usually do that. Usually, if you're a team that's playing on a Thursday, they have both teams usually play at home, and then one team does the travel. But say that happened, and the Dolphins was like, we don't want to go to Miami. Let's just go straight to whatever city that we're going to play because we're going to be there for only 2 days. Is that a problem?
I don't follow what you're saying, to be honest.
Meaning they're playing Sunday on the road,
and
then they got to play another Sunday on the road again.
Yeah, come on.
They decide. So you want them to come home?
Yeah.
To go to do what?
To be with their families, to be at home, to relax, to go back to their regular schedule, to get focused, to not have any distractions, at least not on the road distractions. Business as usual would be my case.
They did in 2016. They won both games, so it doesn't really
Okay.
matter. It
Then
doesn't
it
matter
worked.
to the
They got lucky.
right. I think what Mr. Kelly said is true about college football, and I think football definitely should separate themselves from the other sports because they're affecting the other sports with their greed.
All I say is I'm very excited and at the same time nervous to see what college football looks like in just 3 years from now.
It's not going to look the same way.
It's going to be so interesting. So interesting. Up next, going to get you caught up with headlines and everything else happening in the world, the sports world, and can the Marlins get a win? Come on. That's next on 560 WQAM. Should have never sent Yuri Perez back down to the minors to rest his arm. He has not been the same since. You can tell in my voice, the Marlins are down 1-0 in the second inning. Yuri Perez has already given up 1 run.
Oh, I missed that. What happened?
They got somebody on second. I was kind of working, and I just
so was I.
Gave up a run. So
shout out to Richie, man. He's gonna meet you at the Deuce, man. He just called.
Daytime Deuce.
Yeah, man.
I always love a daytime Deuce. It's always nice. Nice. Deuce is always great. Maybe some lost weekend after that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh man. So I'm a little upset with the Marlins right now. I don't understand how you send him down to the. I guess because you want to open up that roster spot. I was gonna say, can he just rest on the bench? But I guess you want to open up that spot. And you don't want to have a guy just sitting there when you could be using that extra pitching. Get a little help for AJ Puck, I guess, in some way, shape, or form.
Shout out to our boy, man.
Who are we shouting out?
Cabbage Row Paulie.
Oh,
man.
that's our guy.
He went to the game yesterday, and for every he was a man of his word. He drank one for us, drank a beer for you, drank a beer for me.
Nice.
But he was invited by his boss, so he couldn't go crazy.
I understand that.
But we respect that.
I always like the guys, and I've done this too. Like every time my team scores a run, we drink. And then you get caught up in like an 11-run game.
Well, if you were Atlanta Brave fan, and you did that yesterday afternoon, you are donezo. That ninth inning must have gotten you. You must have been wasted by that ninth inning.
You wake up the next day and you got the worst hangover in the world. You're $1,000 in debt,
and you ask yourself, "What the hell happened?" And he's like, "Oh, I made a
game.
stupid bet. I said that I would drink after every Brave run.
Oh, you buy a beer after every Brave run."
21 beers. That's 21 runs, man. That's 21 beers.
I don't know a lot of people that can drink 21 beers in 4 hours. I don't know what my record is, but up there. No, I mean, like I know the people that have drank 24 beers in 24 hours. Like that's whatever. I'm trying not to test myself anymore, but I've been able to do some damage. But okay, so we got the Marlins doing their thing. Not so great.
We won't be on next Saturday.
We're not. Are we even on next week?
We're on Sunday.
Oh yeah, we are on Sunday.
We're on Sunday
because there's a Dolphins game on Saturday.
Yes,
I know some texters were texting in 305-567-0560, wondering what the future will hold. We're kind of just figuring it out as we go. We don't know for sure.
We don't know. You may hear us. You may not.
I know tomorrow, Vlad, you are going to be on the Joe Rose Show.
Joe Rose Show, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, filling in for Hollywood. You can join.
6 a.m.
Yes, 6 to 10. You could join Joe Rose with Omar Kelly filling in. When I say filling in, he'll be joining Joe on those days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And probably recap the Dolphins preseason loss to the Falcons on Friday.
Probably.
Talk about that Cam Smith injury that I know you're going to be mentioning during headlines. And let's get to the headlines.
That is right. These headlines, some good, some bad. Let's start with the good. Dwyane Wade, he has been inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. He spoke last, and he spoke for 26 minutes last night. Lots of love to his family. His dad talked about that he always believed in himself more than anyone could ever doubt him. Coming up from Chicago, playing with Marquette, and then with the Heat. Took a quick pause from the Heat for a year or two, but back with the Heat, finishing his career with the Heat. Much love for Dwyane Wade. His family looked beautiful last night too, by the way. Beautiful family. Very happy for Dwyane Wade. He goes in with Greg Popovich, a bunch of other Spurs, not to mention also Tony Parker was a
heavy Spurs in the hall, man. You talking Becky Hammond, talking about Tony Parker, talking about Pop. Manu was there. Well, Manu was already inducted, and so was Tim Duncan. Big fundamentals.
The big fundamental. He put the fun in fundamental, that's for sure. Always fun watching Tim Duncan play. You know, like Dwyane Wade was fun to watch. He was one of those players that was just really, really fun to watch. Allen Iverson, another one of those guys, just fun to watch. Who else is one of those guys that's just fun to watch? Zion Williamson, fun to watch. Who's another guy that's fun to watch? Or just throughout history?
Kyrie Irving's the most fun to watch.
Kyrie Irving, fun to watch.
He's the player that's the most fun to watch.
Right now.
Yeah.
Is he the most fun?
Yeah.
He's the most fun?
Yeah, he is, bro. He is.
Like Nikola Jokic, not fun to watch.
If you like big men,
I know. I mean,
if you like centers,
been known to like a big man or two. No, I don't know what that means.
If you like a center,
a five. If you like a five,
if you like the five, yeah. But I think guards are probably the most exciting play. Guards or wings are the most exciting players to watch in basketball.
Put together our starting 5 of most exciting players to watch in
Right
the
now
league.
or ever?
No, right now. Come on.
Kyrie would be the point.
Yes. Trying to think of some of the players.
Zion would play the 4.
Yes, if he played.
Wow, that's a good question.
LeBron, is he? I mean,
it's 20 years. It's always exciting to watch LeBron play, but I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I love the guy, he's 38. It's still remarkable what he's doing. But
Steph Curry's fun to watch.
Steph is fun to but I
throws up some craziness.
So Steph and Kyrie would be my backcourt.
Would you put at the no Damian because Dame time?
I kind of want to put Dame, but Steph is a little different. Steph and Kyrie are a little different in the way that they dribble the ball. Like Kyrie's an unbelievable, has the best handles ever.
Yeah, he's got some handles
ever.
And
Steph got some great handles too. That the fact that he could cross you up and shoot from 40 is ridiculous.
All right, I got it now.
But I don't know. KD, would Kevin Durant be the 3?
He's not as exciting. I got it.
He's smooth though.
Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, with all of his problems, Ja Morant. He's fun to watch.
That's all guards, man. This is gonna be a small team.
It's gonna be a small team. I'm just looking for excitement. Then you got Zion and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis is not exciting.
He doesn't excite you?
No.
Okay.
He's not exciting.
Man, so you shot a hole through my center.
Exciting.
He's 7 foot tall and you need the size.
Giannis is not exciting.
I mean, is Joel Embiid exciting to watch?
No.
So who we got? Who's going to fill out the roster?
I'm trying to figure out who's
Anthony Davis isn't overly exciting to watch.
Nah.
I'm not putting Jason Tatum in there. He's not exciting.
No.
Kawhi
You got to have
Leonard?
like a little. You know who's exciting to watch?
Russell Westbrook.
As crazy as it is, Luka.
He is. He's got that old man mentality, though.
The passing and everything like that. Yeah, Luka's exciting to watch.
I mean, Russell Westbrook's exciting to watch because if he makes a three,
might F up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're on the edge of your seat. Like if he makes a 3, then he's gunning, and he could hit the side of the backboard. He could hit a kid in the crowd. Like it's exciting.
I'm trying to figure out who's a big. That's like you really want to go watch them play and do their thing.
I thought Giannis was a good addition to the team.
Come on, man. I don't want to see a guy missing 20 free throws, man. I don't want to see
play.
I don't want to who could barely exciting means you could do it all.
Exciting means you just have a flash.
But there's a flair. Yeah, there's no flair with Giannis.
You don't think?
No, it's just dominance, man. I'm okay. You're taller, bigger, stronger than everyone. That's not nothing exciting about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think excitements are usually guards and wing plays. I'll tell you
right. You're right. Well, I mean,
Anthony Edwards. Is it Anthony?
Oh, Ant-Man. Yeah, Ant-Man's fun to watch. I love Ant-Man.
Exciting. But you're right. Ja Morant would have to be there.
He's definitely exciting.
On
and off the court.
Dame is exciting as well.
We're not
going to take a shot at Dame. Dame is probably one of the top 5, top 6 most exciting players to watch because of the range and what he can do. And low-key, Dame will dunk on somebody's neck.
Oh, yeah, Dame. I was watching his highlights and I was like, whoa, man, he's throwing it down.
He got surprise hops.
He was throwing it down. Sources say the Dolphins are considering cutting offensive lineman Ian Eichenberg. Miami faces the Texans Saturday at 4. That means the pregame will start at noon with our dudes Omar Kelly,
Brendan Tobin, and Alejandro
Solana. And we'll have a postgame with Alex Dono afterwards, which actually starts about usually midway through the 4th quarter.
Really?
Yeah, we get an early start.
Okay.
That's how it works. So I don't think anybody's wouldn't be totally Liam Eichenberg, be upset if he weren't on the team this year. He's had his issues, but maybe he'll figure it out. I mean, we hope all of our players figure things out. That's just us, though. The Marlins are down 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Yuri Perez has given up 1 run. It looks like Garrett Cole is wheeling and dealing. That's all I'm going to say. Inter Miami faced the Philadelphia Union Tuesday at 7 in the semifinals of League's Cup. Union head coach Jim Curtin is urging fans not to sell their tickets to people who just want to see Lionel Messi. I am still confident that Inter Miami is going to win, but this is a good test. Philadelphia Union, a good team.
Okay.
It's going to be a good test. And it's a semifinal.
A good test for who? Messi?
For Inter Miami.
A good test for Messi?
Look, I wear my Inter Miami kit, and it has no name on the back. For 2 reasons. Number
Right.
1, I'm an Inter Miami fan.
That's beautiful.
Number 2, I don't want to get someone's name that gets transferred or traded.
So, is it going to be a tough test for Messi? That's what I'm asking. Inter Miami, yes.
No.
Okay, then. So
I mean,
then,
who's going to be a tough test for Messi
so Inter
the
Miami
rest of
wins.
this season?
Inter Miami wins, moves on to the finals.
That's what I expect, but it's not going to be an easy one like against Charlotte. Like
Miami
Charlotte
wins. Well, look, Dallas wasn't easy. They had to go to penalty kick.
Yeah, Dallas a good team too. That's what I'm saying.
I want to know if does Inter Miami, are the Pinks more human on the road than they are at home?
We don't have a large sample size. There's only been one game since Messi joined the team.
I'm using that sample.
They lost. I mean, they lost them on the road, at home.
No, with Messi. With Messi.
Once again, too small of a sample size.
You know, is there a home pitch advantage? Like when Messi's there, like, they haven't lost a game with Messi there.
Game travels well. I think it travels well.
I believe so. By the way, I love every soccer fan that's listening to us. Like, oh my God, these bloody Americans! They don't know what we're trolling you guys right now. You do know that, right? I hope you know that we're trolling you guys. So,
I was being serious.
Yeah, you were.
I didn't know we were trolling. I didn't get that memo, Vlad.
Because somebody's like, oh my, look at them. They don't know Messi. What? They've never seen Messi play
Oh, I
before?
know.
We love y'all.
Man.
We love pissing you guys off.
Oh, goodness. Right now, the Saints are leading Kansas City, as if it matters, in the first game of their preseason, 17-7. And Patrick Mahomes did play, as promised. He was 2 for 2 with 15 yards. Blaine Gabbert, still in the league, by the way.
Blaine Gabbert play? Did Derek Carr play?
Not yet. At least he hasn't played. Derek Carr for the Saints. Yes, he did. 6 for 8. That's what I'm talking about. 70 yards and a touchdown. Jameis Winston's still on the Saints, by the way.
Everybody's on the Saints.
11 for 12, 92 yards and a touchdown. Saints are killing it, bro. 17-7
Wow.
over the world champion Kansas City Chiefs in game 1 of the preseason.
All right.
I mean, it's better than nothing. Hang my hat on that, brother. Championship season. I could feel it. Okay. Speaking of championship seasons, Tyler Van Dyke looked sharp at the Canes scrimmage yesterday. The highlight was a 50-yard pinpoint accurate pass through his favorite receiver, Xavier Restrepo. Former LSU coach Ed Orgeron. He was on the sidelines, just talking to people. Ed, just hanging out.
If you have a drink in your hand and Ed Orgeron talks to you, are you covering your drink?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because spit might be flying anywhere.
I was gonna say you might take that drink and chug it.
You might.
Hey, boy, what you drinking?
You might as well.
What you drinking right there? I got a Jack and Coke. Let me see that. Oh man, that ain't strong enough. I wonder if Ed Orgeron's ever said a drink is too strong. Like, oh man, you got to cut that. That's too strong, man. I don't think it's that type of dude. Guy went up to him a bar one time. Remember that? The guy went up to a bar one time and started talking noise, so he headbutted the guy, broke his nose. This is years ago.
Jeez. What's going on out there?
He's from the Bayou. From the Bayou. Ed Orgeron. And any bar you go to, especially like you go to Titanic or somewhere in like around Coral Gables, anybody I tell, like, oh, I'm from Louisiana. Oh, I used to hang out with Ed Orgeron. He hung out with everybody, apparently, man, when he was here as an assistant coach. Now he's back. 76ers are ending trade talks for James Harden and plan to bring the guard back to training camp. No word on Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers.
That's going to be a very interesting opening training camp media session.
I just thought like Joel Embiid's so cool that like James Harden would be like, you know what, man? All right, whatever.
But the thing about it is you've said that you want to leave the city, right?
Yeah, how does that work?
After your crappy performances, because basically you lost to Boston. Philadelphia lost to Boston because James Harden couldn't give them one more good game. They had a 3-2 lead, and they lost 2 in a row. What happened? You smell something?
Smells like somebody's cooking around here.
Oh, I don't know. I was like, whoa. I was like, wait, you're about to do your nose was moving. I'm like, what? We got drugs around?
No, not
What's
yet.
going on here?
I'm having issues today, man, Vlad. I remember I almost threw up because I drank too much Celsius, and now it smells like someone's cooking. Something's wrong with me, man. But yeah. How does that work out? What's the dynamic?
It's gonna be very weird.
Of the team? And I'd like to say everybody's a professional, but you and I have been on teams before where maybe
I don't think the players are gonna go crazy. I think the players are cool because they all went to that the Michael Rubin White party on 4th of July, and a lot of the players were there because Rubin has a affiliation with the 76ers and everything like that. So a lot of those players were there. They're cool. It's just the fan base. We know Philadelphia, that fan base is They're crazy.
Let's
It's just
dive.
plain and simple. They're crazy. So the fact of the matter is, you said you want to leave this team, and they think they're a title contender, and they thought by bringing you to Philadelphia to be Robin to Joel Embiid's Batman that they would be able to do that, and it didn't happen. So now you're going to a city that's tough, and they're gonna feel neglected. They're gonna feel like they're gonna feel jaded because you wanted to leave, and then now you got to turn around and come back. That's nasty work.
Well-
That's like a husband saying he's about to leave his girl, his wife, for the side piece, and the side
Can't
piece
get out
is
of that-
like,
can't get out of that
I don't want
mortgage."
this anymore. So now you're trying to work it out with the wife to try to save the family when you were about to give it all.
Well,
You
let-
risk it all for nothing.
Let's dive into those hardened times in Philadelphia next. But first, let's dive in to the day spa. This is the part of the show that helps you with stuff, lad. TikToker Jennifer Reardon claims that at the end of any job interview, you should ask the employer if they have any concerns about you so that you guys can address it first and foremost. She guarantees you'll get the job. So at the end of the interview, they say, you have any questions? Say, yes. Do you have any concerns about me so we can address it right now? She says, guaranteed to get the job. She says it works for her every time. Doesn't hurt that she's hot. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. All right. Hardened times in Philadelphia next here, 560 WQAM. 560 WQAM. This is Sports Day, running with you till 4 o'clock. Hopefully, AJ Puck will not get into the game because we're going to be up by so much, but we are losing right now, the Marlins. 1-0 to the New York Yankees. It is a packed house, and Giancarlo Stanton just doubled off the wall, scoring Aaron Judge. It is now 2-0. That is going to be the last update I'm going to give you because it seems like every time I give you an update, the Yankees score. In front of a packed house, by the way. Let's give the fans some. All right, Vlad, that's enough. That's enough. He's wearing his Giancarlo Stanton shirt, his Yankees hat. He's Yankeed out. You know, in the deep South, I don't know if here it is, Yankee is kind of a dirty word.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it is. I don't know. So if someone calls you a Yankee, it could be fighting words in the deep South.
Well, yeah, they call you a Northerner.
Yeah.
They're calling you a slave enabler. You love slaves if you're in the North.
No.
Yankee, yeah.
No, the North was progressive and didn't have slavery.
So you're enabling the slaves to be free.
Okay, I get you now. You're a slave enabler.
Yes, slave
I
enabler.
misunderstood the whole thing. Yeah.
That's what
You're
they
a
thought.
Yankee.
Yeah, you're a Yankee.
What this country would be, yeah, if it weren't for the Yankees. That's what they say in the South.
Listen, man, the funniest thing is going to Atlanta every time. In Hartsfield Airport.
That airport sucks.
You're guaranteed to see someone in a Confederate uniform.
Oh, really?
Yes. It never fails. Every time I land in Atlanta and I get out the airport, I always see a gentleman in a Confederate uniform.
I never got that, like, especially tailgating. You would go and someone would be flying a Confederate flag, and I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, aren't you ashamed? And I'm not getting onto it. I don't want to get into it. You will never see me fly or wear or represent a Confederate anything. That's just not my style. I'll leave it at that. I do want to talk about this. What does it mean for the Heat and Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers now that the Philadelphia 76ers have said trade talks for James Harden done? He is coming to camp, better or worse. Do you think that makes it easier for Joe Cronin and the Trailblazers to be like, you know what, we're going to do the same thing? Or does it not change anything at all? I don't think it's a bad thing, but at the same time, I don't think it's a good thing.
Here's the thing.
They see what now can happen.
Right. And I think what messes up everyone is the fact that they let them know that they only want to play for one particular team. So
That
it's
really
almost
screws
so
things
it's
up.
almost like this. Oh, you only want to play for, like, Dan, if you say I want to play for the Pelicans, right? Say you say you want to play for the Pelicans, you want to play. Now you're really giving the Pelicans the leverage because, like, oh, you only want to play for us. So then I'm gonna tell the Blazers, if you were the Heat, probably tell them, well, if he only wants to play for us, this is what we're willing to offer you. But if you're the Blazers, you're like, that's not what I want. Like, that's not a good return.
Take it or leave it. Well,
careful
saying take it or leave it.
That's where we at right now. That's what happened with Houston. I think not Houston, with Harden. I think Harden wanted to go to Houston, but they gave that money to Fred VanVleet. So he was like, oh, can't make the money there in Houston. He wasn't coming to Miami.
He wants to go to the Clippers.
He wanted to go to the Clippers. He wanted to go home, and he wanted to be in a place where he's not going to be criticized as much as Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and now Russell Westbrook. He'll be fourth. He would be fourth in the blame game if the Clippers didn't win. So he didn't want that.
When the Clippers don't win.
Or when the Clippers don't win.
They don't scare me at all.
But we'll talk about the Clippers another time. But in effect, can this affect the Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the fact that you see that a player has to go back to, if the team is not willing to let him go, and the offer is that being brought to them is not. It's not good.
You know how it really, really, really would affect the Heat?
How?
If Harden comes back and says, okay, I'll play. That puts even
He's
more.
already saying Harden.
He's going to play.
Talking about Dame? You talking about
No,
Dame?
I'm saying, so Harden's going to practice and play. He's not going to sit out.
He already sat in. Remember, this is the thing. He had a opt-out in his contract. He opted in.
Right.
And opted in and asked them to work on the trade. They worked. Apparently, I mean,
they didn't like what they saw.
So guess what? We're in the middle. We're about to hit the middle of August. Training camp opens in a month. Guess what? I can't trade you anywhere, James. Your bearded ass is coming right back to Philly. Okay, I'm going to eat some cheesesteaks. Okay, that's it. That is it.
So now
What's he gonna do? He's not gonna play for 35. He's not gonna play for 35 million.
That's true. But you don't think he sits? You think he's
He's
gonna?
not gonna. Where is he gonna sit? They don't want it. They try to trade him. To me, if I'm gonna trade somebody, I want to trade him in the offseason.
So now, what does Damian Lillard do now? Let's say
He's either gonna stay. He's
say-
either gonna get traded, which now it's looking less than likely, or he's gonna be still a member of the Blazers, but maybe not on the bench or on the court. Maybe he's just getting paid to sit out until a better deal happens. But I don't right now. I don't see a deal happening before training camp
That's what I'm
happens
saying.
or before the regular season tips off.
the Blazers look at this situation in Philadelphia and say, okay, not the worst route. Let's do this. And let's say Harden, he's going to start practicing and playing. There's going to be pressure on Damian Lillard. Like, look what Harden's doing. Are you going to sit out? Are you going to be that guy?
I don't think Harden's going to sit out.
So Harden doesn't sit out.
No.
Now there's added pressure on Damian
Why would
Lillard.
he can't sit out if he opted into his contract.
Well, what I'm saying is, so Harden does play, and Harden starts practicing, and
Harden's going to play with
participates.
Philly, yeah.
That puts pressure on Damian Lillard because Damian Lillard's made it known he doesn't want to be in Portland anymore. But Portland says,
Two different dynamics.
you're staying here. Damian Lillard, if he does decide to sit out and try to force their hand, not the best look, not the best thing right there.
They can't. It won't affect them. It won't. Dame's gonna have to either, and I think the NBA with that little memo they sent out a week or two ago.
Ooh, he might have to play.
He's not even. He might have to play. He's gonna have to think about other teams. Like they're going. The problem is when you say you only want to play for that team, that means the other suitors are not gonna go after you, or they're not gonna offer a trade to Portland, and then now you're stuck. But Portland, Mr. Cronin's steadfast. Like, listen, I'm not gonna make a deal that doesn't benefit the Portland Trailblazers.
I just thought about this. When a player says they only want to play for one certain team, they handcuff everyone.
Yes.
Including themselves. Including themselves. Because Damian Lillard, let's say for some reason, ends up getting traded to the Clippers, theoretically. And then you go there and everybody says, you don't want to be here. You said you only want to be in Miami. But then if you backtrack and do decide to play for the Clippers, then well, you said you only want to play with Miami. You know what I'm saying? So when you make a definitive statement like that, you're handcuffing everyone, including yourself. So what have we learned, Vlad? Maybe just don't say that, at least publicly. Just say, look, there are a couple places I want to be. Let's try to make it happen. Because it looks like now the NBA is kind of turning the page on this whole, we're not going to be held hostage like we have in the past. James Harden, you opted in. We tried to trade you. Let's go. Damian Lillard, we got you into a big contract. We're going to pay you. Let's go. It sounds good.
Not good.
Pete, find a way to get this done. I'm really, for a lot of reasons, need this to get done so I can get my life together, get ready for the season, for the playoffs, for the finals again. Just get it done. I'd love to see Dame Lillard play too, man. Right there, Kaseya Center. It'll make my Christmas day a little bit easier. Let's get this done.
How?
At least I get to watch Damian Lillard ball out. I love Dame. He's my favorite player outside of the Heat and the Pelicans.
So he's your 25th favorite player?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So he's your 25th favorite player.
I mean, it's a high 20. It's a hard 25, though. Like I said yesterday, very soft 19 for the Atlanta Falcons, a very hard 3 points for the Miami Dolphins. I'll say that. So it's a hard 25. I'm not throwing shade at Jamal Cain or anything. I'm just saying. Hard 25. Dude, put it that way, Vlad.
I know because you said it. I'm like, I'm only
Put it that way.
Well, you said I love Damian Lillard. He's one of my favorite players. And then you go, other than Heat and Pelican players. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. NBA team has a roster of 12.
So I'm wearing my Brandon Ingram jersey today.
So
Should I be wearing my Damian Lillard jersey?
So where does
next week?
Damian Lillard stand in your? Because I mean, if
25, baby.
So are Pelicans
25.
players ahead of Heat players, or Heat players ahead of Pelican players, or is there a mismatch? Like
there's a mismatch.
Jimmy Butler's like number
Jimmy
one.
Butler's higher up than
Zion?
like no.
Who's who's number one on your list?
I'm wearing the jersey.
Oh, so Brandon Ingram's number one.
B.I.
And then who's number two?
Probably Zion.
And then who's number three?
Oh, probably Jose Alvarado.
So then, wait a minute.
But you know who's number 4?
Jimmy's
Butler.
number 4?
Jimmy Butler, number 4. You know who's number 5?
Who? You don't even
Haywood
know.
Highsmith.
You're such a liar. Such a
I don't know. I haven't ranked
Yeah,
them yet,
I-
Vlad. Obviously, I haven't ranked
Listen,
anybody.
you gotta watch what you say. That's why people gotta watch what they say. That's why when I say pause, you gotta watch what you say.
I'm not worried about what I said.
Because you said Damian Lillard's one of your favorite players.
He is.
To what? Like
He's my
one of your
favorite player
players.
outside of the Pelicans.
He's your
and the
favorite
Heat.
player outside the Pelicans and the Heat.
And the Heat.
But yet he falls somewhere between 5 and 25.
Well, if he joins the Heat, then he moves really high up the list, like number 2.
Oh wow! So if Damian Lillard joins the Heat, you like him more than Zion Williamson?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Got more of a history with Dame. We run together for a little longer.
Paul, I'm happy that the NBA stars have power.
I want the NBA stars to have
Why
power,
would I
but
want-
at the same time,
Like, come on, man. Like, this is what I hate about certain thoughts in analysis about these contract situations. What if it was you? What if you were that NBA player? Would you want, like, we all act like we're owners. Oh, no, he should take no, bro. No. Get what you want. Get the best deal. Get the best contract that you can. Because they get the best contract that they always do. They're not hurting. They're not hurting. So let them, yes. Let me tell you this. How can you say NBA stars have too much power, but you're rude I don't know about you, Paul, but if anybody else than South Florida is feeling like that, but Lionel Messi can come to soccer and, hey, I don't like the field the way the fields are. I need a cable deal and everything. And he has all the power, but because he's playing for Inter, everything is good. Because nobody's saying anything because Dame Lillard wants to come to Miami. The same thing, nobody had a problem when LeBron wanted to take his talent to South Beach. When it's beneficial for you, let them do whatever they want. But if it's going against you or doesn't benefit your team, now you're on the other side.
they're a crybaby.
You're a crybaby, or they have too much power. It's not. It shouldn't be like that, man.
No, it's like any job. You have the right to ask for the world, and they have the right not to give you the world. It's going to be eventually you got to come to some type of middle ground, and everything works out. Luis Arias does get a hit. He is 1 for 2, and it is 2-1 right now. Marlins, Yankees lead.
Always finding the right part of the field to get the ball over, man.
That's my man. But yeah, I mean, isn't that what it's all about? You have the right to ask for what you want and what you feel as though you deserve, but at the same time, business has the right to ask and give you what they feel you deserve.
Sorry to cut you off. Look at the running backs.
Yeah.
Look what's happening to them.
I hate that.
I hate that too. I hate that. I hate that for them. And guess what's gonna happen now? They're not going to get paid, but once the season starts, I bet you Derrick Henry gets 300, 400 carries.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you when Daniel Jones is struggling, Saquon is saving the Giants' ass. Nobody's going to be remembering that, they were fighting to get the contract. No, it's about, we're not going to pay you, but you go run the ball. Go run through a brick wall for us. And then when it's time after you do all of that, they get all the success. They get all the benefits from your hard work. All you want is to be compensated for that hard work. So damn, if you got power, hold on to it, man. Because they have all the power in the world.
Yeah. I was going to say, get all you can. I'm all for the players getting all they can. And if they want to sit, that's their prerogative too.
Right. If you want to sit, go ahead.
Go. I'm not judging anybody.
But also understand, you never get that money back.
Yep. That's the truth. And then you make it sound like it's so simple. Like, just sit. Don't do anything. Or don't show up. Well, you also don't get paid a lot of money either. So that's your choice. You got to have the power. You got to feel as though you have somewhat leverage in somewhat situation. You cannot be taken advantage of. And I know, I wish I could get taken advantage for millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's a moot point.
And if they're playing GM, let them play GM.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to see them. Okay. Face the fact. When Dwyane Wade was playing for the Heat in his prime, Dwyane Wade wasn't going to play. None of you guys were going to go to the AAA at the time to go see him play. You went there because you wanted to go see Flash. And Flash was busting everybody's ass, but they weren't winning. So they all decided to come together and become the big three. And everybody hated the fact that they joined together. But you know who didn't hate the fact that they joined together? The Maya Heat Nation. Why? Because they all decided to come to the Heat.
Everybody hates us.
Everybody hates the idea of something
Except-
unless it benefits them.
Unless it's their team.
So guess what? Yes, give me the money and get me the players that I need in order for me to win, in order for us to win. Because my success is really your success. You know what I mean? And it's always happened with the top players. I don't understand in any sport. Every sport, the top players want something, they'll get it. Aaron Rodgers wants to win a ring in New York. He gave up $35 million.
Man, that was tough. Yeah. Got to give him respect on that. Got his guys in there. Same thing with Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi left a lot of money on the table. Got his guys in there, though. Look what's happening with Inter Miami now. Good stuff. Yes, indeed. Players' power. Go for it. Go for it. And, you know, it's not the olden days where you have guys that just sit there, play basketball, sell insurance on the side to make ends meet. It's a different world now. These guys are making these teams and organizations tons of money. If they feel as though they need a little bit of that, I think they do have the right for a little bit of that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break, and we are going to get into something or nothing, where we're going to break down some of the things that are happening, not just in the sports world, but in the world in general. And Vlad, my cousin, is going to decide whether it is something or nothing next here on Sports Day, 560 WQAM. All right, back on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Where the hell were you?
Huh?
Where the hell were you?
Pierce the Veil is here performing, so I went to go talk to Pierce the Veil, and then I saw Jay Fig and her friend, so I figured I'd talk to Jay Fig, who you hear on the Tobin and Leroy show weekdays from 10 to 2, and her friend, and have some people walking around the building. You know me, Vlad, I'm a social butterfly. I try to get out and talk to everybody. Try to get out there and do some things. Trying to do some things this afternoon, but apparently my job is grocery runner for everybody in South Florida because people can't buy alcohol or kale for themselves. And you should see these items too, Vlad. You want to talk about Giuseppe's getting bottom of the barrel liquor, man. I mean, I got him this last time. It's like Carlson spiced rum. It was like, I don't even know what it was.
I gotta hold you yesterday, right?
You what?
I'm not gonna lie. When I say I'm gonna hold you, that means I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Did somebody go yard? Yeah!
SOB.
Volpe again. 2-run jack. Good series, Volpe. You needed to be in South Florida. That South Florida sun has been helping.
Vlad, you know I'm already in a mood.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I'm just kidding.
I care about your well-being all the time.
I'm kidding. It's the Yankees, though.
We're gonna get into
I was actually considering at one point during the comedy show last night. I remember that you gave me a little bottle. I was like, I got a little bottle. I was like, let me go get a ginger ale. I thought about it. But it was one of those things like, oh, if I start drinking now,
the Yanga stuff.
And I got 5 more days of just crazy work schedule. I don't want to do it. So I was like, all right, relax. Don't drink anything. But I get it, man. I understand. If you want to get the cheapest bottle of liquor for your boy.
I'm not drinking it.
G. Hey, for your boy G.
And you drop me a text. Yo, you can pick me up a cheap bottle of rum. Let's get to something or nothing. The Eagles linebacker Sean Bradley suffers season-ending Achilles injury. Is that something or nothing?
I don't know. I think we should ask Trevor from the 203.
Oh,
but I think it's nothing.
You think it's nothing? Linebacker out for the season. This could be a dream season for the Eagles. Nothing. It's all you, Vlad.
No, it's nothing. But dude, you know they have so many linebackers. They got that kid from Georgia 2 years ago, like Dean, or they drafted Dean. This past draft, they got linebackers. I'm not worried about Philly. One thing you got to give Hobby Roseman credit for, he knows how to draft and get depth for his team.
Yeah, they are a deep team. Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. Their names are out there. Neymar looks like he is leaving Paris Saint-Germain and going to, yes, you guessed it, near Miami. No, I'm joking. The Saudi League. And Mbappe, although the team told him, take a hike, he looks like he's coming back to go play another year for PSG.
Mbappe makes finally pick a team, man. You decided to give up what? $1 billion? $2
billion, $2 billion.
$2 billion from the Saudis, and then Real Madrid has been.
He's going to Real Madrid next
year.
Next year,
I've been hearing
his contract's up next year.
Remember how we used to make fun of the Messi to Inter Miami?
How it would never happen.
It's literally Mbappe to Real Madrid. I've been hearing it for the last 4 or 5 years.
He's got
now.
a contract,
and
PSG is holding him to it.
They don't care. People, they spend money to get you out of your contracts in soccer when you're that type of player.
PSG don't want to let go of their native son.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying they're going to finish out the year. That's one of those things. American Lilia Vu wins the Women's British Open. Is that something or nothing?
I guess it's something for
LPGA. I think I speak for most people when I say there was a Women's British Open going on.
I didn't even know there was a woman. Yeah, I didn't know that. How our girl doing? She's playing number 1. She's playing in the finals, tennis finals today.
Oh, Jessica Pegula.
Yeah, let's
check her. Let's check her out, man. I always love a nice Jessica Pegula look up. Take it off images real quick. She won. She won today. She is wait. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Oh, you got me clapping for no reason.
I know she's still waiting to be determined today who she's gonna play at 5:30.
To be determined.
How does that happen?
What? They didn't finish the semifinals yesterday?
Cotton Eye Joe interrupts crucial tennis at the Canadian Open. Cotton Eye Joe that's the big thing from Canada today, that Cotton Eye Joe blared while they were playing. Didn't affect Jessica Pegula. She does again. Might have a beer after the final. That's my girl right there. She's
what kind of beer she gonna have?
Her quote was, "I might have a beer after the final today." Ooh, Jessica. I like her. I like her. Is she my favorite female tennis player? Well, you got to give Coco Gauff. And I mean,
Coco won the
Naomi
title.
Osaka is cool too. Emma Raducanu, she's cool, but I don't know. I like Jessica Pegula right after Coco Gauff. That's my second favorite. I like them both.
Nice.
Nice.
U.S. Open starting very shortly.
Really?
Yeah, I think in 2 weeks.
Nice.
I love the U.S. Open. That's my favorite tournament.
It's fast.
Yeah.
Flushing.
Hard court.
It's Flushing.
But the crowd is the best, man.
You been out there?
Yes.
I heard it's a fun event.
It is a fun
Tennis is
event.
awesome to go to.
By the way, if you need
Never
some, by
been.
the way, if you're listening, if you're visiting down here from Northeast, especially New York, and you're going back home,
Mhm.
if you didn't do it already, go volunteer to be a work at the U.S. Open in Flushing, Queens. Don't pull a Kramer.
Oh yeah, ball boy.
Don't pull a Kramer, but you get paid good money.
Well, you said volunteer.
When I say, well, you'll be working, but when I say volunteer, but you're volunteering, but you're getting paid to volunteer.
Okay.
You're working. It's good money.
Would it be worth taking a vacation up there, volunteering, getting that job, and getting paid, and then coming back
If
home?
you knew somebody that lived in New
I'll sleep
York,
in my car.
no. If you knew somebody that lived in New York that would allow you to crash on their couch for like 2 weeks,
Yeah, it is 2 weeks.
I would definitely suggest you to do that because
How far is Flushing from the city?
depending on where you're at in the city, but you're gonna have to take the train. You could take the train.
How far is White Plains from the city?
It's a little bit.
Okay. Is White Plains
45
okay?
minutes an
I knew
hour.
a guy from White Plains one time. He was okay.
I've never been to White Plains.
Oh, good.
Not like to be there. I might have passed by there, but
Yeah.
I got no business to be in White Plains. Look at the name.
DJ. Give me a second. Gotta adjust my ears. DJ Khaled, Lil Baby, Future, and Lil Uzi Vert combined for a new song called "Supposed to Be Loved." Is that something or nothing?
That's something.
I mean, come on, DJ Khaled. He's from New Orleans.
What?
He lives here in Miami.
He's from.
I'm not playing. He was born. His dad owned a convenience store in New Orleans, not far from where I grew up.
Khaled also thinks he's a yardie as well. He thinks
Really?
he's Jamaican. He thinks he's Jamaican as well. So-
Really?
Oh, man.
There's nothing worse than when someone thinks that there's something that they're not. You know what I mean? Have you ever had that guy or girl?
Mhm.
It's like, oh, come on. It's embarrassing. You're not. You're not. Be who you are. Be proud of who you are. Represent. He thinks he's Jamaican?
There are times he does.
Do I need to call him out on who and what he is? We make the best music. Nobody believed us.
We the best.
God did.
I kind of like that.
I do like that, though. Hank the Tank. He's a bear that's responsible for 21 home invasions in the Lake Tahoe area, was recently captured. Something or nothing.
Damn, that's messed up. That's something, man. Why
know-
they finally captured Hank?
You know what Hank the Tank was looking for when he was bringing in the
Oh, yeah,
house?
he's looking for cocaine, man.
Cocaine,
He's
no.
looking for cocaine.
He's getting into your cabinet, bro. Getting into your cabinet. Hank the Tank. A Michigan woman finds a frog in a package of spinach. Something or nothing.
It's something.
Can't wait to go
A
shopping.
package of
Yeah,
spinach.
you open up the package and a frog comes hopping out. You got to throw away the package. Can't sit salvage
Yo,
the
who
spinach.
sealed that package with a frog in there?
They don't care, man. They don't care. Now, every time I open up a package of spinach, if I'm that woman, I got to worry about that. And I'm like, God, you can't.
What if that frog eat the spinach and then became like Popeye and started whooping your ass?
Then you got another whole nother issue there. Not only did you lose a package of spinach, you lost a fight. Damn, life just keeps getting worse.
Oh man, a mutant ninja turtle just whooped your ass in a package of spinach.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nasty work.
Newest trend in India: cat yoga. Something
What?
or nothing. Yeah.
Cat yoga?
Yeah.
Don't cats already know how to stretch and do all of that?
That's
yet?
what you're supposed to do. You go to yoga, there's cats walking around. When they start stretching and preening themselves, you kind of mimic their movements.
I think cats were upset that the dogs have a move in yoga and they didn't have them.
The downward dog?
Yeah, that downward dog.
Took me a long time to realize that was a yoga move. I'm not joking. Have you ever been to a cat cafe?
No.
They have them. They used to have them here.
No,
I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
COVID
do at a
shut 'em.
cat cafe for.
Go get coffee and pet cats.
I could do that at home
Yeah, that's true. That's a good thought.
on my
Bob.
bed.
Good job. And a cat that you actually know and trust. Good idea, man. No wonder I never go to cat cafes. A Texas woman, last but not least, was attacked by a snake and a hawk at the same time while cutting her lawn.
That's something. Animals hate you.
Imagine driving down the street.
You're the animal op and a hawk and what? Was
a
a
snake.
and damn, dude.
Hit you high and low. Bow. Dude, I ain't gonna lie.
That's not the two. Those are the two animals you don't want to be attacking you at the same time.
I like how they're coordinating too. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I were a bigger man. If I'm walking down the street or driving down the street and see that, I'm laughing, but I ain't stopping, bro.
No, do what everybody does. Just videotape from afar. The phone
Get
record
them
from
hits.
afar.
Get them hits. That's what our society is about now. We get our worth through how many likes and hits that we get. With that being said, I'm probably going to do a video where I take my shirt off.
Don't take your shirt off.
Okay, I won't do that. I'll just leave. I'm already sun's out, guns out.
Well, sun's not out for you.
I need to be out in the sun.
Yeah.
Getting you caught up with some headlines. Maybe the Marlins will score a run when we come back
Let's hope
here
not.
on 560 WQAM. The more and more I watch Jessica Pegula, the way she talks, the way she walks, the way she acts, the more and more I'm falling in love with her, Vlad. I'm not going to lie. She said, I'm probably going to drink a beer after this match. She beat Iga Swiatek, the world's #1 yesterday. Said, it's Miller time. She's all right by me, man. She is all right by me. I'm going to go ahead and do it, Vlad. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't do it for everyone. You got to earn it. Jessica Pegula.
She's a baddie?
She's a bad one. Yep. Let's do it. It's official. We've done it. Not everybody gets that status. There's been people who have tried to get the status. You can't just get the status. You got to earn it. And being a bad one is not about being just physically attractive. It is about being emotionally, spiritually, personality-wise very attractive. You have to have the whole package. There's some hotties with bodies out there that are not bad ones. Can't be on physical alone, Vlad. You know that. Man cannot live on that.
So you say?
Look, if you're a beautiful, buxom ladies, and you're all about me, but you've got nothing to give me emotionally and spiritually.
What you bring to the table?
What do I bring?
No, what she's bringing to the table.
You got to bring more. Yeah, but why'd you turn her down? She's not a bad one, but she's hot. That wanes. It's true though. You've probably met a girl. I'm saying this because you and I, we like women. That sounds weird, but nonetheless,
I love women.
Okay, but you've met a girl that's physically attractive at first.
I need to clarify this. Born women, they were born female.
Okay,
I love that.
But you see them first, and you're like, whoa! But then when you get to know them, they're not the greatest person, and they start to physically actually get less attractive to you. It's happened to all of us. Kind of like the Marlins. Man, we were hot and heavy till that All-Star break, and now I'm not as attracted to them as I used to be. I'm actually kind of not disgusted, but upset with them.
That's because she went to Seattle, never came back the same.
She shouldn't have gone on that trip and done what she did. She did what she did. We know what she did. And now our relationship is suffering because of it. Losing 4-1 right now to the Yankees at home. Tried to introduce some new stuff, Got burger in there. I'm seriously like, I'm not as attracted to the Marlins as I was before the All-Star break. My girl,
that happens, bro.
My girl and I, we're falling apart, man. We really are falling apart.
Yeah, I need to break up.
I can't do it yet. They're still above 500, Vlad.
Yeah.
They're still in the wild card race.
You have problems.
Sandy Alcantara is coming into form.
Sandy is coming back to
He's
form.
figured it out.
He is. That we can say.
Right as Sandy starts figuring it out, Yuri Perez starts not figuring it out. Jesus Luzardo, not so much figuring it out. I'm having relationship problems, Vlad. I am having relationship. Big Lynn, calm yourself. She called me the other day. Heard you having relationship problems. You don't listen or watch the show, Mom? She knows. She should know. Okay, for everyone that thinks I'm actually talking about my personal life, I am, but I'm not. I'm talking about the Marlins. We have a relationship, and it's just it's been tough, man. It's been tough. Don't know if we're gonna get to see AJ Puck today. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing now anymore. I just don't know. Let's get to some headlines. Let's feel good about ourselves. You got to feel good about Dwyane Wade. 26-minute speech last night. Inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Talked about his dad. Talked about always believing in himself. Talked about the Miami Heat. Pat Riley said basically greatest Heat player ever. Cornerstone of our organization. Kudos to Dwyane Wade in on the first ballot. Absolutely love it.
Deserved it.
Great stuff
Deserves
right there.
it.
Absolutely deserves it. One of the greatest NBA players of all time. Not just
absolutely.
Players. Maybe I would even say underrated for sure.
We just steal home
nationally. I mean, if somebody stole home on the Marlins, I'm home. I'm going home.
Yeah, we did. I literally think Gleyber Torres stole second, third, and home.
No. It looks like
was it a wild
Carlos
pitch?
Stanton got a hit. Nope, wild pitch. There
All right,
you
wild
go,
pitch,
guys. Okay. Look, you're making me upset, Vlad. Oh, I was already.
I just want, yeah. Well, you and your girl were already having problems.
I was in a mood today, and
you know what? You and your girl were already having problems. You might as well end it. So I'm just
taking
pointing
it out
to
on you.
I'm pointing out to you the things that she's doing to mess up the relationship. Like
like cheating
wild
on me
pitch.
in Seattle, and then nothing's been the same since. Once again, Dwyane Wade, I'm going to say this nationally, not here, of course, but nationally underrated.
Who?
Dwyane Wade.
That's crazy.
Nationally
that
underrated.
That is crazy for you to say.
It's true, though.
But there's some truth to that. Dwyane Wade might be
nationally underrated.
He might be underrated, even though he will go down as the 3rd greatest shooting guard to ever play the game.
So far, yes.
It's going to be kind of hard to topple the first two.
Are we talking Michael Jordan?
Yeah, that's one.
It's going to be hard to top that one.
And Kobe Bryant.
Kobe's 2.
Kobe's a shooting guard.
I always like Dwyane Wade more.
Even Dwyane Wade would tell you that Kobe's a better player.
I didn't say better. I said liked him more.
I mean, it's not about like. I'm just talking. It's about like. I'm just talking about.
A lot of people don't like Ty Cobb, but he's a great player.
A lot of people don't like LeBron. He's a great player. Like, you're not going to like. There's people that don't like Mike.
There's
people that don't like Mike all of a sudden.
Okay, let's say this. There's a lot not to like about Mike.
No, well, here's the thing, though. And this is what I hate. And this is, I guess this is what makes the world the way it is. There's a lot of things not to like about Mike, but Mike's transgressions are easily forgivable by people.
Isn't it cool that, like, when, especially at the height of his career, he was so beloved, and as you get to know him, like, more personally through interviews,
it doesn't matter.
He seems like that type of guy.
But because it doesn't matter to him, like, that's just Mike.
His public image was awesome.
Public image was awesome, but when people come to find out, like, if anybody, Draymond Green punches Jordan Poole is a nasty thing. Michael Jordan punches Steve Kerr. Steve probably deserved it. Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
He's got a good PR team.
I'm sorry. What? How is that possible?
I mean, but yeah, his PR and everything was really good because he was such a likable character when he played.
Sergey, nobody's saying that Jordan's not the GOAT, but he was also an a-hole.
Yeah. As you watch over the years interviews and hear stories about him, you do see that he was a little hard to get along with. He had an agenda. I love him.
Right. But but he's such a brand.
Right.
And that's the thing. You say Jordan or you rock Jordans or you're wearing Jordans, you're basically saying, like, I'm that good. I'm great. I'm the top boss. But I'm the best at what I'm doing. Or I should be considered the best. So that was the thing. When you saw someone wear Jordans playing ball, you're like, oh, this guy better be good. You better have something to be wearing Jordans. Yeah. And looking like, but playing like a bum. You can rock the game. You look good. But can you play?
You got to put the game behind the shoes.
And it's weird to me how Jordan, like, because of Jordan, oh, that's nothing. It's just Mike. Oh, that's Mike being competitive. That's Mike. We all find an excuse for those that we love.
Yeah, we do. No, absolutely. 100%. 100%. You find excuses in everything. If you love someone or something, you find excuses. Oh, no, he just likes to every once in a while go out and drink and grab stuff he's not supposed to grab. That's just, it's just blowing off steam.
See, Jordan and a-hole, some people would just, I like to forget the a-hole part.
Ask Scottie Pippen.
Yeah. But LeBron, he's an a-hole and a bum to certain people. Like, that's how they look at it. So there's nothing you're going to do. But you know what they would do? But here's the funny thing, right? That person that you call a-hole and bum, if they saw you and your family or child and gave you an autograph, you would completely change your mind about that person.
That's what's so funny.
That's so much. But the minute you run into that person, you don't say how much they're an a-hole and a bum. You don't say anything. You be like, oh, LeBron, or oh, and then they're nice to you. They say they take the picture, and then they're like, oh my God, the person's nice. You better run home to that social media page of yours and delete all the hate and critique and criticism you gave that person.
Yeah, that was an old story in St. Louis. There used to be a guy who owned a restaurant who railed against Stan Musial. Stan Musial's a bum. He's overrated for years. One day, Stan Musial goes in there, super nice guy, buys dinner for everyone, takes pictures. The guy all of a sudden just loves Stan Musial. What a guy, what a player. Glad to have him on the team. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's all it takes. Just interact with the person.
We're so fans are so easy.
I'm trying to think if I hate. When I say hate, just really dislike any players in any sport. I don't know if I do.
I hated Mike.
You hated Mike? Okay.
I'm not one of those guys. Like, I love my squad. I love my squad. I will respect you, and I will say you're the best.
Yeah.
I will say that. But you know how long it took me to get Jays? Like, to get Jays and it took a while. Not because I couldn't afford it or anything like that. I don't want to help you.
That's true.
You're beating my team, causing me a lot of pain, causing me money because I probably made bets that I shouldn't make. And then what? I'm gonna help you out by buying your merch? Hell no.
You don't get my money.
Don't get my money.
I don't blame you.
You already taking my emotions? No, hell no.
That's the thing with me. There's certain organizations and certain businesses I don't like their practices. Therefore, I do not shop or buy their products, and I have the right to do that. And people that buy it, they have the right to do that too. But yeah, if I don't like a player or like an organization or like a fast food chain, you can guess which one, I don't go there. I don't shop there. You don't get my money. You don't get my support. You believe what you believe. You do what you want to do. I'll do what I want to do. I'll believe what I want to believe. I don't know how we got onto that political rant, but we did. Michael Jordan.
No, well, we got in the rant because we're talking about greatest shooting guards, and we have
who's number 2? We didn't.
Kobe's number 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's how we got into it because you said you don't.
Good question. A lot of people do ask, who is better, Allen Iverson or Dwyane Wade? Now,
Dwyane Wade.
This is why I'm saying Dwyane Wade is underrated. You go ask some other people across the country that maybe aren't from South Florida.
Well,
they would maybe say Allen Iverson.
That goes back into the love of certain people.
Right.
Allen Iverson, there is a love that it's understandable.
Equally fun to watch.
Huh?
Equally fun to watch.
Allen Iverson's great, and there's something to watch about a guy who's 6 foot going to the lane, crossing people over, and getting knocked down on the ground, and getting back up. There is something similar to Steph. Because a lot of these athletes, let's be real, a lot of these athletes, when marketed, TV, advertising, it's almost like they're superheroes, right? And when you see them, and sometimes when you look at them, like, Jesus Christ, man, you're never going to be that, your body's not going to look that way. You're not going to have muscles like that. I can't jump like that. I can't shoot. I can't throw like that. So there is a superhero aspect to these athletes. But when you see a guy like Allen Iverson, who's 6 foot and $160 soaking wet, I relate to him because he looks more like me than any of these other players on the court.
I can be like him.
Steph Curry.
That's why he's so popular. Well,
sorry to say but yeah,
that's part of the reason why he's so popular.
And he's also light skinned. I mean, that's also.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Fast fact about Allen Iverson.
Let me ask you this.
I was trying to lighten the mood.
No, it's not. There's no lighten the mood. We can
pardon the pun. Lighten the mood.
Like
that one just came out. I didn't make that.
That's good.
That wasn't a concerted effort.
Look at you, Cousin. But no, Steph Curry's 6'3" and he can shoot. He's not muscular. Doesn't have the crazy athleticism like the other athletes, but he can shoot. And to the normal person, maybe I can be able to. Maybe if I work hard and practice hard, I can shoot. I don't have to dunk. It's not about dunking or anything like that. It's something that the common person thinks, maybe if I work hard on it, I can shoot. But no, it's a skill. It's a talent that he has that none of us will ever have, and just honor it, respect it, and be happy that you're able to see it. But that's why a lot of people relate to Steph Curry because he looks like anybody's child. He looks like anybody's kid. You look at LeBron, he's 6'8", 250.
Freak of nature.
Right. D Wade, 6'4", 6'3". But you don't have the athleticism that D Wade had, nor the passion. That's what it is. So people relate to these type of guys that they think are more relevant. I don't want to say relevant, but more to them. Yeah. Closer to them, akin.
Everybody likes to see someone that they can relate to and that they are similar to. You have that same move,
So D-Wade was a way better player to me than Allen Iverson, but would he be beloved? No, he's not as loved as Allen Iverson was because Iverson was kind of the anti-hero. He was totally the opposite of what the NBA was at that time, which is the suit. Remember, everybody loved Michael Jordan. Jordan was rocking suits, so people were like, "Oh, look at him! Look how professional he was looking." Nah, give me the do-rag, give me the cornrows,
Yeah, the
give
hair.
me the headband, give me the Mitchell and Ness jerseys.
There's a couple rules that he had to get invoked because of him.
Hey, give me that, give me that, give me that, and that's why people spoke. That's why people loved Allen Iverson, because he was the opposite. You know how it is, Dan. When people love when something is becoming the standard, there's always that group of people that want to be the renegades. They want the opposite of that. So if Michael Jordan in a 3-piece suit was the standard, that people wanted the Mitchell and Ness jerseys and the baggy jeans and all of that. They wanted that. They wanted the opposite to that.
There's a zig and a zag.
Look at the craziness that they started a dress code in the NBA because of him. And then years later, they were like, you know what? That was stupid. Go back to wear whatever you want. Man, with some of the clothes that these players are wearing now, Dan,
like bums.
What Iverson was wearing
nicer.
Was way nicer than some of the craziness that I'm seeing.
Wearing a white T-shirt the other day at a post-game press conference.
These cats are wearing, like, there was that. What's that phase that everybody was in with those big ass shoes?
Oh yeah,
those big red shoes.
That's my girl, Coy Leray.
Who's gonna wear those big ass shoes? Man, come on. Stupidity.
Speaking of all-time greats, Inter Miami and Lionel Messi face the Philadelphia Union. That's Tuesday at 7. When they win that, they will advance to League's Cup final. That is going to be Saturday at a time to be determined.
Now, once again, let's pull the curtains back and have everybody take a peek.
I don't want to do that right now. What are we doing?
Well, Inter Miami's going to win on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a game on Saturday.
Yes. There will also be a Dolphins game on Saturday.
There's a Dolphins game on Saturday.
That means you're not going to hear from us.
You're not going to hear from us.
Maybe Sunday, though.
You'll hear from us Sunday recapping the Texans Dolphins preseason game and also Inter Miami's Leagues Cup championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the powers that be are aware of this and are taking the steps as of now to get the proper people to work those games, because it won't be Vlad and it won't be Dan.
That's it, because we're going to be at Duffy's Implantation watching that Leagues Cup championship.
We'll be at Duffy's watching the game.
That's it.
And watching the preseason.
And you can join us. Everybody, come on, let's go.
And the Yankees just hit a home run, 7-1.
I was going to say, me and my girl are fighting. We are fighting. I'm so not happy with her right now. I'm not going home tonight. I know where I am going, though. I'm taking a step into the day spa. Told you today, Vlad, it's all about self-help. Some employees are implementing a wobbly chair or coffee cup test during interviews to kind of test out your personality. So what they do is they purposefully give you a wobbly chair. They purposely also put a non-wobbly chair in the room. They say that part of the test is when you notice you're in a wobbly chair, you need the wherewithal to say, this chair is wobbly. Can I grab another chair and switch out the chairs? Coffee cup test. Before the interview, they take you to the kitchen. They give you a coffee cup to pour coffee. At the end of the interview, you're supposed to take that coffee cup, bring it back to the kitchen where it belongs. If you don't, it shows that you're maybe not the best employee possibly.
How about I bring my coffee from Starbucks? How about that? And how about now that you give me a wobbly chair, I might use it against you like a Montgomery ball. How about that?
See,
if you want to see so much.
Kind of warning. Now this is what I do. If anyone would ever, and not that I'm looking for any jobs, but now that if they would do that, I'm like, oh, the wobbly chair, I don't like that. Oh, the coffee cup, I'll be sure to bring it back. Like, just call them out on it. I don't know if that'd be the best move, but I don't know.
Why don't you have a? Oh, that's dumb. That's the way people
I know.
are using.
Do you want to work for a company?
No,
like that?
that's goofy.
That's stupid. But once again,
bunch of bum.
Just trying to help people out. Coming back, oh man, Vlad's happy. I'm mad. We'll discuss next here on 560 WQAM.
Judge
think it's funny when someone needs you to do something, all of a sudden they are very omnipresent in your life. I've got like 50 text messages. What time are you getting off? How long is it going to take you to get these groceries? What time are you coming by? Like, don't worry about it. I got you. You sure you know what you need? No. All of a sudden, when people need things, they're all over you. When I need something, nary an answer. Good. And I mean, part of the reason I'm kind of tipped off right now is because the Yankees are killing the Marlins 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Luis Arias is up. He's 1 for 2. At least can I get a hit from Luis Arias? Can I have something to cheer about? Goodness
this man needs to go on a hitting streak right now.
I mean, he's still been consistent.
Yeah, but we're now in the 360s, bro.
I know.
Now you get to the 360s. Now another couple of 1 for 4s or 0 for 3s or 0 for 4s, you're in the 350.
I'm telling you, I mean, and it's directly affecting the wins and losses of this team. This team thrives off of Luis Arias getting on base early and often, and then trying to find a hit somewhere and get him across. And it's really affecting the team. I hate to be like that, but it's not Luis Arias' fault. He got another hit right there.
Oh, there you go. He's 2 for 3.
Okay, I feel better now. Now we just got to work on that 6-run deficit in the 6th inning. But the team is really fueled by
like it, man. On first and second, no outs.
Luis Arias getting on base, and then that changes the way the other batters are pitched to, the way you hit. It changes everything, and that there is a direct correlation between his lower batted average and our lower wins, raised losses, however you want to look at it.
Damn, I got to read some text, man.
Please do.
All right. Wade was the GOAT last night among the NBA Hall of Famers with Iverson introducing him. That's a text from 341. Talked about in the 305, we were talking about James Harden. Harden's good except in the postseason. That's true. 305, Yankee go home should be the chant at Marlins Park. Yeah, that would be a good chant there, Miss 305, but they'll be going home 10. All they'll be going is 15 minutes down.
I think
to their house.
Maybe he was saying they should be yelling at the fans, maybe unless the team. I don't know. Just saying.
Yankees go home should be the chant. Here's the answer to the Yankees comment.
My friend Seth texted me about it too.
In the Civil War, you were either Billy Yank or Johnny Reb.
He also said Yankees means you're a third generation born American.
Somebody in 305 said NBA contracts should be year to year.
That's what LeBron does. Doesn't seem to bother him.
Yeah, well, after you get to a certain
super
point
max,
in your career,
after you're maxed out, I mean, I kind of like the stability, but yeah, if you're really, really good, you should just go year to year like LeBron does.
Shout out to our boy Tommy, who's said, "Let's go, Jesse. Have a great Sunday evening, gentlemen. God bless you as well, and everybody else."
We did do this. Let's feel good about ourselves for a moment. Jessica Pagula is a bad one. We made that official.
442 text. Dan Day won't be satisfied until he gets his messy selfie to post on his IG.
That's not going to happen because number one, Messi ain't messing with me. Number two, when I meet celebrities, the last thing I do is take a picture with them. I don't need that.
And in 909,
I'll take a picture with his wife though.
I saw her the other day. She is,
did all right.
Messi, you deserve that life, man. You deserve that life. Sometimes when you know what? I give props to people when
I give it to them.
Yeah,
man.
if they're
God bless you.
They're winning. Pause. They're good looking, and they got baddies and they got children. It just seems like life is just perfect, like really great for them. Shout out to you because I'm trying to get that life. And if I see it, I know I can manifest it. Lionel Messi's living his life is good.
You and I would do it so differently. If I were a superstar celebrity athlete, I would not even think about considering. What do you call it? Settling down until after I retire.
Jeter did it the right way.
You have your fun when you retire.
Run the bases.
You start a different game.
Run the bases when you're playing, when you're active. When you retire, that's when you settle down.
That's you.
And look at him right now. He's got like 4 kids. He's popping kids like at bats.
You're absolutely fine. You've sowed your wild oats. There's nothing else out there for you. You've done your business. You retire from one game. You enter into another game. That's the way I would do it.
I agree with you, cousin.
Yeah, I knew. We got family ties on that. So yeah, I mean, you got plenty of time, especially as an athlete. You don't retire. You retire when you're like what, 35, 40 most of the time.
42, 43.
If you're like Brady. That's a long career too. Still got the best years of your vibrant life ahead of you.
Sergey asked a question.
Oh yeah. I'm glad to answer
that, and you need to answer. I think the Marlins just scored there.
Man, Vlad, are you getting nervous?
No, 7-2. It's a burger. It was a burger. There's nothing. Burger drove in a run. That's nothing. It wasn't like it was a big burger. Like a grand slam or something like that. 7-2. Marlins trailing the Yankees. What is it? Bottom to 6?
Bottom of the 6th.
All right.
Noah Burger.
The question was asked, what about when Dan Day was commissioned to cook, and how did that go? You never told the audience how that went.
Actually, I text you.
You did. You did. You
posted.
text me.
That's
you showed
a
me
good
that
point.
the Prestige was helping a lot in the cooking process.
Shout out to my man Manny over there at Jensen's Liquor Store. He knew I was in for one. He was like, "Man, you got to take this some Prestige beer, and maybe that'll help you out." No, it actually went pretty decent. Cooking is stressful. I mean, you're in a hurry to do a lot of different things, and even though it was a quote unquote easy recipe, but no, I was fine. Everything turned out as good as I could have expected, maybe better than I would have expected. Just follow the recipe exactly step by step, what they say, keep an eye on everything. You got to be ever vigilant if you're not an expert cook. You have to, I keep an eye like on everything. And it turned out okay. We had some kale salad, had some garbanzo beans with a drizzle of something on top of it, and it was fine. It was fine. So that's what I'm going to do today, Vlad. I posted on my social medias about cooking. I think I'm going to post on social media some of my shopping exploits at Whole Foods. Might do a little video for you. I'll tag you in it. Might do some pictures and just kind of let you know my salty Whole Foods experience. Oh, and if some uppity hipster tries to mess with me, I'm going to clown the hell out of him, Vlad. I'm already in a mood. And you will see it on YouTube or Twitch or wherever I'm going to be at. I don't know, but I'm already mad about the Marlins and everything. They're trying to come back a little bit. Now they're showing U.S. women's soccer. I can't. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap things up on Sports Day 560 WQAM. You know it. It's about that time, Vlad. We are done for the weekend.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back next Sunday, not Saturday, unfortunately. Sergey, congratulations. You win.
Sunday might be our last show. This next Sunday.
I know. Supposed to be going to Austin, Texas sometime this month.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, you know what? I'm mistaken. I think we'll be on Labor Day.
Oh, of course.
We'll be on Labor Day weekend. That's
Okay.
Saturday because the Canes play that Friday,
Yes, we
September
will.
1st.
We'll
So we'll
decide.
probably be on. I'm not too sure, but probably September 2nd. But September 2nd might be our last show.
That's okay. Hey, we'll take it day by day. Just stay on the social medias with us at Vlad2078, at Dan Day Radio. I told you I'm going to be posting me cussing out a hipster at the North Miami Whole Foods in just a couple of minutes from now because I'm already in a ratty ass mood and I don't want somebody uppity talking to me or looking at me or whatever they're going to be doing to me. It's going to be nasty. So just be prepared for that at Dan Day Radio on all the social medias. At
Yeah, I mess with my cousin. I
Vlad2078.
must come F you up. You know
I'm
that,
messing
right?
people up, man. What are you wearing that jersey? What does NOLA mean? How about you put some kale in your... Never mind. Dump butt doesn't work. So yeah, usually we try to wrap up. Vlad, you're working all night. Am I correct? I don't know what's going on.
Yo, you know what's funny is that we're the only ones. Oh no, the dump button works. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Even if it says it, people still hear it.
I'll edit myself.
People still hear it.
So you're working tonight, Vlad.
Yes,
correct.
tonight, last show at Dania Beach Improv with the headliner Kelsey Cook.
Bad one.
And she is a bad one. Also, Luis Diaz is
Love
the
him.
host,
That's my
and our
guy.
boy Tommy will be the co-feature as well.
Luis Diaz, hilarious,
He is
man.
a funny guy.
That guy makes me laugh every time. Love him.
Yeah, and you know what I love about these comedians? Because like when you're the DJ and you're doing everything, and the sound guy and the technician, you have to know their routine because you kind of have to give them you have to give them the light, so you get to know their routine. But you also, because you know their routine, you know when they're adding things in and adding things out, taking things out. So that's the one thing I love, like different shows, because the first show might not be the same material used in the second show. They might add or they might take things out. So I like that, man. But yeah, I'll be at Dania Beach Improv, so come check it out.
Like I always say, drop a stack or a sack on my man. If you see him, tell him hello.
That's always a great thing to do if you can do that. But yeah, come check out the final show at 7 p.m. for Kelsey Cook with the featured Tommy Brennan and hosted by Luis Diaz.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So that's the whole thing right there. Kale, what else? I don't have my shopping list with me. My shopping list. Cheap booze is what I'm going to be buying. I'm not drinking this afternoon, Vlad. No, had enough of it this weekend. Lived it up a little too much at Monty's and Titanic and Strata in the Grove yesterday. Need to take a little break financially, but not going to stop me from buying alcohol. I'm going to buy it for someone else. But Giuseppe, you'll get your bottle. Don't worry about it. Have a good time. I'll be by later. Everybody that I'm shopping for, I'll be by later. Nothing too much tonight. I mean, you got the Marlins still down 7-2. They're not giving me much hope. I'm kind of on the rocks with them right now, but the Astros are coming to town this week. Should be interesting.
I need
Saturday.
the Marlins to beat the Astros so that the Yankees should try to get to the postseason.
Try to get the move?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need you guys.
So you're a Marlins fan.
That's my second favorite team.
Okay. We talked about this earlier.
I covered the World Series team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I told you about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was partying with Joe Rose and
Juan Pierre was sitting there.
Jackie Nesbro, yeah.
Wasn't drinking alcohol.
No, I wasn't drinking. Mike
wasn't
Lowe?
smoking, wasn't drinking, wasn't doing nothing.
Mike Lowe was. Mike Lowe had the coolest black leather jacket. I was very mesmerized by the jacket. It's cool.
Oh, I'm great.
Me.
You catch Vlad up 6 a.m. for the next couple days.
Yes. Next 3 days, I'll be filling it in for Hollywood. So I'll be on the Joe Rose show. Joe Rose actually called me during the show early today. So if you saw me pop out, saw me on screen, and all of a sudden saw me out of the screen, that was Joe Rose giving me a call. So we were preparing for tomorrow's show.
That man works right there. So
hardest working man. I love Joe. I love breaking his chops, but nobody works harder than Joe.
We've got a Dolphins game coming up. That's going to be on Saturday at 4 o'clock.
Saturday.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. But you can listen to Game Day Uncensored with Alejandro Solana, Brendan Tobin, and Omar Kelly, who's going to be on with Joe for the next 3 days as well. So everything you want to know about that game on Friday night against the Falcons and what's happened in practice. You said earlier today that Cam Smith
He's got a shoulder injury. Miss a couple of weeks.
And he's going to miss the next couple of weeks. So we'll have all that information, and you'll hear about Omar and his favorite Dolphins player.
If anybody says that Eric Izukama was the MVP of that first game, I had it first.
You said it first. But what's Liam Eichenberg?
Liam Eichenberg.
Yeah, that's Omar Kelly's favorite play.
Oh, yeah. Omar, he's going to have a lot of good things to say about him. Liam might be looking... Hopefully Liam was listening because he might be doing some job interviews very soon. Just saying. I'm out for Whole Foods. Vlad's going to be in Dania Beach for the Improv. We'll be back Sunday, 1 week from today, here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.